Our great Nigeria is very possible. For better infrastructure, for better life, yeah, my people. For better roads, yeah, for better hospitals and health, yeah. For light today, for everything to work for us, for Nigeria. Yeah. No more hunger. Obi for better Nigeria. Obedient and useful. Obi, yeah. Obi, yeah. Obedient and useful. Obi, yeah. Oh, yeah, Obi, get it. Hausa man, Yoruba man, Igbo man, Middle Belt, Niger Delta. Let us come together for better Nigeria. For better life, for better health, for better road. From consumption to production.
And that you are not running for president. You are running for president through us.
Now, whatever you say about the Labour Party's presidential candidate, Peter Obi, one thing you can't deny or take away from him is the powerful passion and compelling zeal of his supporters. Such is their intensity and dedication that they seem to trump any of the inequities of the Peter Obi movement and whatever advantages the other three front-runner parties might have. When asked about this, his supporters say that in the same way that George Floyd became a symbol of the Black Lives Matter movement and Mahsa Amini has become a symbol of the fight against the oppression of women in Iran, so has Peter Obi become an ideological symbol of the fight for justice and equity in Nigeria, a fight that's being led by the youth who want to see a new generation of honest, committed leaders.
Who can you trust to fight for you? Vote Peter Obi for president. Vote the Labour Party.
People to know is that all these things I've done it at a particular level, and the result were clear. I'm only asking for the opportunity to do it for the country. So 2023 election will not be about tribe. No. Don't vote for me because I'm from Southeast, I'm an Igbo man. It will not be about religion. The 2023 election should not be about my turn. It's nobody's turn. The country cannot continue to go the way it's going today. We must stop it. It is you that will stop it. The reason why we have all these problems is cumulative effect of leadership failure over the years. And this is the time to stop it. 2023 is the last time Nigerian diaspora will not vote. You cannot exclude your best brain from voting. It's impossible. If Angola can do it, Ghana can do it, South Africa can do it, they can do it, Nigeria must do it. It's structure of criminality, structure of corruption, structure that have kept Nigeria where it is today. That is the structure I want to dismantle.
Niger. Nigeria is now on you either love it or leave it forever. Nigeria is now on you either love it and give it forever. Freedom is now or never. We either win it or lose it forever.
I can see everybody now. Thank you. I appreciate every one of you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all. Niger Watch family, Nigerians across the world. I appreciate you all. I have to start all over again. Wow. Okay, what I was saying is that this the election is around the corner. February. Yes, February 2025. February 25th is around the corner. I want you all to understand that we have tried so hard to this day. Yes, we have tried so hard to this day, and I want you all to be patient, not to relent, to know that yes, we are very, very close. To be honest, we are on the right side. And many of us did not believe what is happening today. Although on this platform, we foreseen it and we talked about it. We foreseen it on this platform that a minority, a small party will take over Nigeria. We talked about it here on the debate. So even though I'm still surprised, but not too surprised, because everything is just happening. So I'm putting in my effort. I want to thank every one of you that have been encouraging us all this while. It's not easy to come here 7 days a week, and we have to spend 4 hours, 5 hours every day, 7 days a week. It's not easy for us. To be honest, it's not. We just have to come here. Some of you might think, no, now wait till we like what they do. No, we like it, fine, but we can come on air whenever I like. Consistency is what we are portraying now on this platform. I can come on air whenever I like. If I know I'm tired, I'll just say, okay, today I know they come on air. Nobody will beat me put. But we are doing this because this is what we want. We want a better Nigeria. We are doing this because we know a lot of people that were sitting on the fence, many of them are not supporting Peter Obi. We are doing this to sensitize some of our people that is still skeptical on what to do, thinking on what to do. We are doing this. We want a better Nigeria. I'm broadcasting right now from UK. By God's grace, I'm living a better life here. Many of you watching me right now from abroad, you are living a better life abroad as well. But something is still missing. What is that thing that is missing? Home. Whether you like it or not, it's our home. We are missing that. That's why we're doing what we're doing. I'm dedicated to see this change. I'm eager. I'm desperate to see this change. In fact, those that have compromised themselves or their pride or whatever, or rather those that have received money from other candidates to do similar thing that we are doing right now, they cannot even do it the way I'm doing it. I mean, the people that Tinubu have paid or the people that Atiku have paid, if you know any of them, go check them out. They cannot even be consistent the way we are. It shows that when there is passion, in something, you must say it. It will be obvious. We are doing this for passion because we want a better Nigeria. Why the people that receive money from these satanic parties are doing it because of the money. So it's two different things. I appreciate you all. And God bless you now. We're going to continue to encourage us by sharing our videos, by liking our videos. At this particular time now, let me see if this software will make me to see the shares and like, because I don't know what happened just now. Please, whenever you guys can't hear me anymore, just let me know immediately, please. Let me see if I can see the shares. Okay, yes, I can see the shares now. Yes, we have 9 shares. Please, I need more shares right now, please. Help us to share, and we have 25 likes. The likes is and the share is not encouraging. Click on the like button and the share button, and let's do this together. And also click on the link right there on the comment section to join us on screen, and let's talk about the things that is affecting you and I. We can't shy away from it. Thank you very much. I can see now the likes is increasing. It's currently on 28, while the shares is currently on 11. God bless you all. Please, let's do this together. We're going to take another quick 1-minute break. That 1-minute break is for you to quickly share to other platform where you belong. All right. And please, my people, use the link right there. Join us and let's talk about the things that's affecting us. Now, God bless you now. Let's do this.
Nigeria. The man that will lead us to victory come 2023. Peter Obi for president. For Naija. Obedient for I'm obedient. Peter Obi for president. For Naija. Obedient for president. Peter Obi for president. For Naija. Obedient for I'm obedient. Peter Obi for president. For Naija. Obedient. Obedient for I'm obedient. Peter Obi for president. For Naija. Obedient.
All right, my people, we're back again. I guess everyone can hear me. Okay, thank you very much, my people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you once again. I appreciate every one of you right there. I want to quickly acknowledge the people right here on the comment section. You can see Joshua Aya just joining us, the first to join us today. Good evening to you and Happy New Year to you once again. Happy New Year to every one of you right there. Promise to do Brazil. I can see you right there. Mike Akembari, thanks for joining us. Good evening to every one of you. I can see Eze Wango. Good evening to you. Peter Okonkwo. Good evening to you, sir. Thanks very much for joining us. Godwin, I can see you right there. I can see Beno. Thanks for joining us. I can see Atta right there. Sumola. Thanks for joining us. Morning or like me. I see you right there. Good evening. Thank you very much, my people. Mother of all, Mommy Diaspora. Good evening to you, Mommy. Thanks very much for joining us. I can see more people right here. Even a lot of people were saying that they could not hear me at that time. Wow. All right. Good that everyone can hear me now. It's beautiful. Mother of all, Mommy Diaspora. Good evening to you, Mommy. Thanks very much for everything. And I can see Alex Osarodion saying thanks for joining us. Good evening to you, Harry Thomas. I can see you. Thank you very much for joining us. Good evening, my people. I can see Shoko Emeka. Thanks for joining us. Good evening to you, Don Gaddafi. I can see you right there. Thanks for joining us. Good evening to you. If it's your first time on our channel, always indicate so that we can welcome you to the house. You know, we have a special way of welcoming people here. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate you all. I can see Dr. Alexander Gomez. Thank you very much, sir, for the super chat already. You know, today, 2nd of January, 2023. You know, I'm already smiling. Thank you, sir, for all you are doing for us here. I can see Vincent. I don't like Wash. Good evening to you people. I don't like Wash. I miss you. How you doing, my brother? Good evening and Happy New Year to you. Okay, promise to do is a good evening to you, Charles Duru. Thanks very much. Good evening, my people. Umen Basi, I see you right there. Good evening to you. And I can see Janet Osawaro. Good evening to you. Thanks for joining us. Mary Osamogie. Thank you very much for joining us. Good evening to you. Thank you very much. Thank you, my people. I see every one of you now. God bless you now. And I can see more and more and more. Shima Shinedu, good evening to you. And Henry Gabriel, thank you very much. Yes, Henry Gabriel is telling everyone to share. Please continue to share this broadcast. Let our voices go far. And God bless all of us. Sarah Daddy, good evening to you, sir. Thanks for joining us. Thank you, my good people. Anelba Emeka Jude, thanks for joining us. Thank you, my people. In case I didn't mention your name, please, not intentional. Like I said before, we don't stream directly from YouTube. We stream with the software. In most cases, this software controls us. You just decide to do whatever you like sometimes. You know, that's technology for you. Peter Ife, I see you. Thanks for joining us, and God will bless you now. Thank you, my people. Yes, we are back again today. Yes, it's another day, 2nd of January, 2023. 2022 is already over. It's gone, and it's gone forever. We are not going to ever see it again. Okay, so help us to share and share and share and share. As you can see right there on the screen, Wike mocks Atiku over Obi's endorsement by Obasanjo. For Wike to do this, to go mock Atiku, say, you know the shame. Say Obasanjo now don't go endorse Peter Obi. What does that stand for? What does that mean? What does that indicate? It means Wike might end up supporting Peter Obi. He also went as far, discrediting his the former governor of the River State, Amaechi, by saying both Amaechi and his candidates, if they come to River State, that the Rivers people shouldn't vote for them. My people, the last time I checked, I might be making mistake. Who is Amaechi's candidate? I beg. Presidential candidate. Make somebody write out for comment section because I need to know. Because me can confuse. Because if they deal with Atiku and they deal with Amaechi, can't throw out, tell people may they not vote for Amaechi candidate. Who be Amaechi candidate? Which party Amaechi they get that time? Somebody should let us know. All right. Why the second one here? PDP asked Wike to apologize or face disciplinary. Some threats go just look like say when they play. Wike be like person we go ever apologize to PDP or Atiku. I don't know. Anyway, they say change is inevitable. Anything can happen. But that's what they ask for. We're going to be taking you through all this today. Tinubu and Atiku challenged Obasanjo over Obi endorsements. They are not happy over the endorsement from the former president of Nigeria, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo. Why Tinubu say now worthless endorsement? Atiku say the endorsement is meaningless. But people, these same people, they went to Obasanjo before for endorsement. They went there by themselves. I don't know how they talking for parable, but that time they say you push for something, not reach your hand, then you are commercializing it. There's a way they say it.
Yes, in Benin language, Erima saw about how
For English, I don't got to talk that one now.
When you don't get something, you just commonize it.
You see, it's somehow because they went to Atta or there's the village or the city where our
Otta farm, Otta.
Otta, yes. They went there for endorsements. Baba no endorse them. Baba choose who he want to endorse. Now na saying are worthless and meaningless. You're gonna get there. Please use the link to join us. People are already joining right now. Get your space so we can talk. And we have another one right there. Peter Obi remained the best and the only choice. Nigerians react. In fact, Nigerians, I want to say thank you. Now God will bless all of you now. Both the ones who even they support the satanic party self. I know say God go touch on our heart. Many of them are not even know what they do. But the Nigerians, the most Nigerians, the Nigerians that stand for what is right at this particular time, God will bless all of them. Because this is the first time I'm seeing all of us like this. To be honest, this is the first time. Callers, just hold on. I can't pick a call right now. Let me continue with this first. All right, I appreciate every one of you. Let's move on with this. We'll be here now for 28 minutes. Please continue to share and like. But before that, I would like us to listen to a video here from, Aruna, Dr. Aruna. Dr. Aruna is one of us, one of those that have been encouraging us here from the north. He's a powerful man in the north. He's working very hard for Peter Obi to become the president of Nigeria, and he's a northerner, and he's a very, very strong supporter of platform Najawash, and they have been to this platform more than 3 times. So I'd like us to quickly listen to what you have to say here before we move on. God bless you all.
Greetings and salutation and compliment of the season. I'm sure you had a wonderful Christmas celebration and happy New Year. Well, 2023 is already here. 2023 is a year that is a destiny moment, a destiny year, a year that we're going to decide the fate of this nation. We're going to decide whether we continue with insecurity or we have peace in the nation. People are not safe in their home. They are not safe on the street. They are not safe at church. They are not safe in the mosque. They are not safe wherever they go. Whether they fly, they are not safe. Whether they go by rail, they are not safe. What kind of nation is this? The only thing we can do to turn things around, to change this nation, is a change of leadership. And this is the time for us to join our hands together, forget our mundane differences. Those differences, those sentiments that relate to tribe, that relate to which part of the nation you come from, whether you're from the north, south, east, or west, those things must not come to bear. Those things must not be what should decide who we vote for in 2023. We have suffered enough. If Buhari couldn't bring security, couldn't bring peace, couldn't bring safety, a person that was a general couldn't do it. Is it Tinubu that will do it? Is it Atiku that will do it? Can't we people see the handwriting on the wall? Nigerians, please, let's wake up. Let's do the needful. 2023 is the year that will either break or build Nigeria. You and I are the ones to make it happen. For us to bring true change in Nigeria, we must vote the right person. We need a person of integrity, a person that of competence, a person that will be inclusive, a person that is a unifier, a person that has a heart for people, not people that will come and rob us and steal money, and empower people that will come and kill. People are suffering, people are in pain, and some people are still thinking about voting for people like Tinubu. Somebody that you can't tell how he got his money. People like Atiku, you can't tell how they got their money. And then when you talk about change, people are still talking about taking us backward. We are sick and tired. We want to see change. I am a northerner. We have suffered in the north. There's more insecurity in the north. So what are we talking about? And we keep saying, we as northerners, we must vote northerners. We have deceived us enough. Please, if you're a true northerner, this time around, you must be smart. Stop worrying about whether somebody is an Igbo. And people are saying, how will I vote an Igbo person? When you talk about Peter Obi and Yusuf Deti, they say, no, we don't want an Igbo. What do you mean? Why must the northerners govern? The southwesterners have governed. Jonathan from South also governed. But when it comes to the Igbos, we seem to have issues. And people are saying, we don't want Nigeria to be divided. If you are clean, why are you afraid? Why are you afraid of the Igbos? You've not included them. And only a few of our northerners have been the ones that have been in power, impoverishing our people. They are taking advantage of the poverty that is in the north. Keep the people poor and control them. Use them like zombies, like animals. A few people are rich at the expense of the others. And you keep claiming, we want a northerner, we want a northerner. Northerners are the enemies of northerners. Somebody may say, why are you speaking like this and you are a northerner? I am tired. What do you mean by northerner? What are we getting from you? We just keep suffering in the hands of our northern brothers. Any true northerner that wants to see a true Nigeria, and if we really want to stay together as one nation, this time around, we must vote a person that will bring true change in Nigeria. This politics of money must come to an end. So shameful, some of you are selling your PVCs, the only card you have to be able to decide change, to bring about change in 2023. And people are selling their cards for 1,000 naira. For how long will you use the 1,000 naira? They give you a bag of rice, they give you gari, they give you maggi, they give you a wrapper. So please, let's think, let's be smart. If you sell your PVC, how will you vote? They will just line up people that they have paid, people that they will hire, and they will just go and use your PVC. They will use your card and they will vote for you. Then you will suffer another 4 years. Have you not suffered enough, Nigerians? And somebody is still telling me, we are Muslims. No, we are northerners. We are not going to vote an infidel. We are not going to vote Kafiri. What is the issue of Kafiri? I'm a Muslim. I'm a Muslim. I'm a northerner. I'm a northerner. What did you get from your Muslim brother? Is Buhari not a Muslim? Many of the service chiefs, are they not Muslim? Many of the people in government, are they not Muslim? What have you gotten? Being a Muslim, does it pay your bills? Being a Christian, does it pay your bills? Your belief is up to you. We are talking about change and governance in the nation. Enough is enough. Those of you that are buying people's votes, buying PVCs, you are wicked, you are evil. God will punish you. People are suffering and a few people don't care. All they just want is how they can enrich themselves at the expense of the masses. But the time has come for the masses to take their nation back. This time around, 2023, let's not make the mistake we made before. Why don't we give Peter Obi a chance? What are we afraid of? You want to continue the corruption? You want to continue to kill? We're talking about one Nigeria, but you want only a few of you to continue to govern. See the number of Nigerians that are living in IDP camps. Do we want until Nigerians die and people are coming from outside and taking over our nation? They are staying in forests, staying in caves, and Nigerians can't stay in their homes safe because of bad leadership, evil leadership. The time is come that we must bring about change. Don't sell your PVC. God will judge those of you that have held Nigeria hostage. Whether you like it or not, change is coming to Nigeria. You hear me now? Enough is enough. We have suffered enough. We are releasing ourselves from your hold, from your grip. Some of us from the north are talking about giving the Igbos a chance. I am so shocked and surprised that some Igbos are now fighting against their own brother Peter Obi because of jealousy and selfishness. Because maybe you have been promised something, but you will be surprised. You will stand in shame. 2023 election, the people will surprise you. I am calling upon the youth. Don't let anybody buy you. Whether there's money or not for campaign, you already started this movement. Don't relent. Keep on keeping on. If you have to trek, if you have to walk on foot to get to where you need to go, during the election, make sure you man all the polling stations, polling units. Ensure nobody is going to cause confusion. All those people that come to disrupt the election so that people can run away, then they will falsify figures and cook up figures. It's not going to happen in 2023. 2023 is the time for everybody to stand in defense of true democracy, in defense of true freedom. Let's all go out there, mobilize the people, villages, on the street, everywhere. Tell your relatives.
My people, una the hear this one na answer man. Now they tell us so. Make we change our destiny, make we change our future, make we change the situation of Nigeria. Now, answer man, the time has passed where we take tribalism as a priority. This man is not just talking here, he's talking in every platform. He's talking on Facebook. He's talking on his YouTube channel. He's talking on Instagram. He's talking on every social media platform. He's on Twitter. He's everywhere. Exactly what Naija Wash is doing. It's just like we are live now. We are live in 5 platforms right now. 5. You see, not just Naija Wash. I don't know where everybody's watching me from. You might be watching us from some place where the views is not much there, or you are watching us from where there's more views, but at least we are live every day from 5 platforms. This is what Dr. Haruna Goro is doing. I have so much respect for this man. I love him with all my heart because he's fighting for Nigerians. He's fighting for Nigeria to become a better place. Let's listen 2 minutes more and let's move on. Thank you.
Tell your friends, it's not time to relent. Hey, all the obedience, all the young people, remember this movement is not about Peter Obi, it's about you taking your nation back. I'm turning 67 this February. I knew how Nigeria was. When I finished from university, in Ahmadu Bello University, we had a house ready. We had a car ready. We had everything that we needed. But this time around, people have graduated for years. They don't have a job. University students are more at home than in school. The kind of graduates we are producing now, you can't really bank on them. And that's why we must bring about change. And when we talk about Obi, people think that we have been bribed. Maybe they gave us something. How are we talking so passionately? How much did Obi give to all those young people all over Nigeria?
Exactly. This is one of the things I talk about all the time. A lot of people have accused me that Obi paid me and my team to be doing what we are doing today. Okay, let's assume say Obi pay me, right? Can Peter Obi pay everybody you are seeing on every state crying that only one man now we want right now is Peter Obi? All my panelists that is coming here every day to sing for Peter Obi, his praises. Can he pay everybody? Money is not everything. We are determined to change the situation of Nigeria now.
That went on the street with the rallies. They did it on their own. Up till now, it's a sacrifice of the people to take back their nation. And I want to call upon you out there that want to see a new Nigeria. Don't be tired. I am pleading with you. Just a few more weeks and it will be all over. You started so well. Don't give up. Don't relent. Don't turn back. Don't bother about who acknowledges you, who recognizes you or not. The little resources you have. If you have to sell something to make sure that we bring this vision to pass, let's all do it. This is the time to do it. This man...
Dr. Haruna Nagogo, bless you. This man is nailing it. He's hitting it straight on the head. On the era, don't bother of recognition. Don't bother of any kind of compensation. Just do it. Just do it. That is what we are doing here. That is exactly what we are doing. I want my name to be mentioned by God's grace when my principal, Mr. Peter Obi, become the president of Nigeria. No matter how you hate me rich, you go mention my name one day, say, that Naija was the try. You will mention my name and my team. The same way all my panelists that is coming here every day, their names will be mentioned. You that is on comment section, that is doing everything, your name will be mentioned directly or indirectly. Please, Dr. Haruna just said, we are already there. 25th of February is around the corner. Next month, like my brother Alex normally say, it's just next month here. Please, don't give up. We are close to victory. We are very, very close to victory.
Peter Obi and Yusuf Dirty. If we allow them, we will truly have the Nigeria of our dream. Bring this vision to pass. Let's all do it. This is the time to do it. This man Peter Obi and Yusuf Dirty. If we allow them, we will truly have the Nigeria of our dream. And some of you are still trying to sabotage this thing. I plead with you, the Igbos. Lay aside your differences. Lay aside your personal ambition. Join hands with the rest of us so that we can see the true change we are clamoring for. It is time for us to unite, whether you are from the north, south, east, or west. It doesn't matter whether you are Yoruba, whether you are Hausa, Fulani, whether you are from the middle belt. It doesn't matter. This time around, we want to take our nation back. Somebody may say, Doctor, you sound like you are angry. It's not about anger. It's just about being upset about the state of our nation. If it's not touching you, then I don't know what else will touch you.
Exactly. Exactly. If it's not touching you, when you see we are vibrating, shouting here, some of you think we just want to shout. Do you know what that means? In most cases, I lose my voice. If you even hear my voice right now, you can see that, yes, it's not sounding how it should be. Because we are shouting, vibrating for a better Nigeria. We cannot continue to fold our arms and be waiting for the change that you are hoping for. It doesn't work like that. It's just like somebody laying in his bed telling God, I want to be a millionaire, I want to be rich. Or like we did a crossover 2 nights ago, right? You see somebody praying, God, I want to build a house in 2023. I want to have a car in 2023. I want to have this and that. And you are not making any effort to have them. Trust me, my brother, now hunger go finish you. That's it. You can't say, oh, Peter Obi already win. But what are you doing? You are not doing anything. You are only relying on the effort of others. Sometimes when we talk about sharing here, some people just look at us and say, share with him. I bet make I listen to what they talk, make I go. And at the end of the day, we'll say, it was a wonderful broadcast today. But he didn't share. That is wrong. You are sharing. You are not doing me a favor. You are doing us a favor. If I was talking about my birthday, I come here and I talk about my birthday or any kind of celebration that means everything to me, and you don't want to share, that's fine. We're talking about our future here. Peter Obi is not coming to become an Edo president or Igbo president or Yoruba president. He's going to be a Nigerian president. I beg my people, make we do our right. Press like, share the broadcast. See people already lining up to talk, to speak. It will be bad if it's only you and I go listen to all this wonderful speech from our wonderful panelists. Thank you very much, man of prestige. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the super chat. God bless you. Thanks for the encouragement. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you very much, my people. Thank you. Let's move on. I'd like us to listen to Wike, how Wike mock. Before that, I want us to hear from Wike a message he was telling his people not to allow for them not to vote for Amaechi and his candidate. I felt ask us, is it will be Amaechi candidate? In fact, before I play this video, may somebody tell me on the panel, can anybody tell me who is Amaechi's candidate? On the panel, please. Rotimi Amaechi, who is his candidate? On the panel, anybody volunteer? Just answer me. Unmute yourself. Tell me, Rotimi Amaechi, who is his presidential candidate? Or should I just call a name? Because somebody needs to talk.
I thought it was Tinubu.
Oh, you thought? Me too. I thought, but I want us to be sure.
But since then, he has been very quiet. He has been very, very quiet. So nobody seems to know.
Good evening, Mr. Elvis. My name is Henry.
Thank you, sir, Mr. Henry.
I think he's referring to
candidate. Amaechi don't have any candidate now.
Who? Amaechi,
he don't have a candidate. He's just
he doesn't.
He has been very quiet.
Okay, Madam Rita,
hi. Good afternoon. I think he's referring to the candidate that Amaechi is going for governorship. I don't think it's for presidency. I don't think that's what Wike was talking about. I think it's the governorship aspirant for Amaechi. But I might be wrong. But
the way you are putting it, now he didn't. What he said, any of his candidates. Okay, let's listen to him. Maybe we might get that right. Let's listen to what Wike have to say here quickly.
I just said I was watching the former governor carrying his business partner along that they should vote for him for governor.
Okay.
Because that is going to do well. Why will he not do well for him? When you sold our gas turbine to your Guba candidate, you sold Olympia to your Guba candidate. Why would you not say that he will do well? But for the most people, will our vote go for him? Will he vote for APC? Guba candidate? Amechi was governor. Did he remember you? If you can't see Anna to campaign, will you allow him to campaign? Will you listen to him? So tell him to take his candidate and go away. No, so you don't want. Do you want his candidate? They just want to take their.
All right. As far as I'm concerned, candidate is candidate. If you come with governorship candidate for Rivers State, they should abandon that candidate. If you come with the presidency, they should abandon it as well. You know, that's how we're going to take that. But I'd like us to hear how Governor Wike mocked Atiku over the endorsement of Mr. Peter Obi from Obasanjo. Let's listen to this.
I woke up this morning and I read where they said how Wike Autumn frustrated PDP's microzoning to southeast. They said that's what the presidential candidate of PDP said, Atiku. You know, I keep on saying all these things. They will be contradicting themselves, telling lies up and down, thinking that Nigerians don't know. But I influence Autumn, I influence Autumn to open the ticket, to allow it open. Nigerians know who are those who oppose to zoning. Nigerians know who are those who oppose zoning the party chairman first. I was one of those who led the zoning that the party chairman should go to the north. Because I believe that the presidency should go to the south. And I also attended a meeting of the southern governors, both the PDP and the APC and other parties, where we agreed from Delta to Lagos and Enugu, where we agreed that the presidency should come to the south. And when the zoning committee was set up, this same Atiku had gone to buy form to frustrate the recommendation of the zoning committee. And that was what happened. When they have bought form, they said, oh, there's no need of zoning now. Will you tell people to withdraw? That was their gimmick. Now it's haunting them. Yes, I know. You don't like Autumn, no doubt. No problem. I know my own is no problem. But I was the highest, this state gave you the highest support in 2019, both logistics and vote. So it is, I mean, you can't deceive any Nigerian again. All I have stood for is for equity, fairness, and justice. So saying that me and Governor Tom frustrated PDP's microzoning to Southeast will not make people of Southeast not to. They know those who don't want presidency to come here. So saying this will not help. It will not help. If you're a bad product, you're a bad product. If you're a good product, you're a good product. After all, why do you call me an Autumn? You worked under somebody. The person had recommended to Nigerians another person. Is it me?
You work under somebody. You work under, I don't know, under, let me say it. Atiku work under Obasanjo, and Obasanjo have recommended somebody else to Nigeria. Is it me? Why are you blaming me? That was what Wike is saying right now, speaking directly to Atiku. Let's listen further.
After all, why do you call me I'm autumn? You worked under somebody. The person had recommended to Nigerians another person. Is it me? You know what I call it, recommendation? I worked with somebody for 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
And we're using it as a campaign that when we're in office, we did well. Then my boss is recommending another person not to be. There's something fundamentally wrong. Am I the one? Am I the one? So why me? Am I Obasanjo who made recommendation for that person? Go and hold your boss who recommended another person rather than you. And I was praying that Obasanjo should not say anything. When I saw the letter last night, I was touched. If your principal cannot recommend you, then there's something fundamentally
wrong. Exactly.
After all, you people went to see your principal, to lobby your principal to recommend you. It took your principal a long time. You now wrote a letter to all Nigerians. So look, I'm not too comfortable. I mean, I'm not bothered about the other people. This one work with you. He work with you. He knows. So, I'm not.
All right. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate you all. Thank you. Now, God will bless you. Now, that one, now, Governor Wike. This man finished work for there. I think we should move on, or do we continue with the video? You know, if you want us to continue with because we have another video right here. We can continue, but if you want us to start, just move on to the other video. That's fine. Before that, let me quickly appreciate Nell Sam, thank you very much for the super chat. May God bless you. I really do appreciate this. Henry Gabriel, thank you very much. Thank you. May God bless you, sir. I appreciate every one of you for the super chat. I have another one right here. Ezewango, thank you so much. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to every one of you. Thank you. I really appreciate this. This is a big and huge encouragement for I and my team. Thank you. Yes, Governor Wike, if I'm going to listen for another 1 minute again, no verse.
That one, everybody should carry his problem and go where their problems are. Leave me alone. Leave Autumn alone. Leave G5 governors alone. Face your problem where your problem is.
All right, we'll stop that right there. If you want to watch the full video, it's right there on channels, and it's also there in other mainstream medias. That happened about an hour ago. So yeah. Meanwhile, let's move on to our rights quickly.
Let's continue what's trending with reactions trailing the endorsement of the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, by Nigeria's former president, Olusegun Obasanjo, ahead of the 2023 general election. Obasanjo made the endorsement on Sunday in his New Year message to Nigerians. He urged young people to be more deliberate about the choices they make, using the phrase, "Ẹ̀yin ló kàn," meaning it's your turn, adding that the power to change is in their hands and that the 2023 elections should not be taken for granted. In the meantime, the Presidential Campaign Council of the APC described Obasanjo's endorsement of Peter Obi as worthless, adding that the former president hardly has strong electoral value, while the PDP's Presidential Campaign Council, in a statement, pronounced that whether Obasanjo likes it or not, Atiku will be president in his lifetime. Let's take some tweets. Well, this is from author and activist Mockery, who wrote, President Obasanjo is a good-hearted man. He has always wanted a president from the southeast or close to the southeast as a way to heal the civil war wounds. In 2007, he wanted Peter Odili, but Yar'Adua insisted on Governor Jonathan as VP. What OBJ did won't affect the election. Hashtag table shaker. Well, Daniel wrote, Obasanjo endorsing Peter Obi isn't a news worth celebrating. Don't forget, the same Obasanjo once supported Jonathan in 2011, then switched to Buhari in 2015 before endorsing Atiku in 2019, reportedly. You all complain about godfatherism, but overlook it when it favors you. Get serious. Well, Victor wrote, no endorsement will decide the outcome of the 2023 elections. Obasanjo also endorsed Buhari in 2015. And what has become of our nation? Only Nigerians will endorse who will become their president and not an individual. Well, in another development, the People's Democratic Party has asked the governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, to apologize to Atiku Abubakar for allegedly telling unsubstantiated tales about the 2003 presidential election. The Rivers State governor had over the weekend said Nigeria's former president, Olusegun Obasanjo, went down on his knees and begged Atiku Abubakar to allow him to run for a second term, adding that Atiku agreed, but on the grounds that he must remove the late Tony Anehi, a former minister of works and a PDP chieftain from the campaign council at the time. Let's take a listen before we come back for a discussion.
In 2002 and 2003, when President Olusegun Obasanjo wanted to run for second tenure, a Hope president wanted to run for a second term. He knelt down before his vice. He knelt down before his vice presidential candidate, the vice president, and said, "My vice, please allow me to run." You know the condition he gave him? One of the conditions, you know what he gave him? Tony Anini must be sacked as Minister of Works. And Tony Anini must not be the President Campaign Council. Obasanjo obliged and sacked Tony Anini as Minister of Works. And removed him from President Council and brought him back to South.
You see, what we are hearing right now, my people, I just wanted to quickly add this on. You see what is happening here? A president have to go on his knee to beg a vice president for a second time in office. I've never seen this before. This is what is happening. If you make mistake, vote Atiku or vote Tinubu, remember, now their vice, now go the rule. In case you don't know, especially Tinubu, now Shetima go the rule you. Except that is what you want. Even though I know you are selfish, many of you are doing this based on selfishness. If you dare vote Tinubu, now go remember us. Now the year and now the year. Let's move on.
Knelt down before his vice presidential candidate, the vice president, and said, "My vice, please allow me to run." You know the condition he gave him? One of the conditions, you know what he gave him? Tony Anini must be sacked as Minister of Works. And Tony Anini must not be the President Campaign Council. Obasanjo obliged and sacked Tony Anini as Minister of Works. And removed him from President Council and brought him back to South. This one, we are not even doing that. We are not saying, sack this one, give for the... No. We are only saying, by the constitution of our party, by what the national chairman said, and by what you told me in my house when he came to see me. Now you have gotten the president. We are not fighting about it.
Okay, for some of you saying that Wike is playing politics, Wike is doing this based on selfishness, Wike is doing this because he lost the presidential race to Atiku. Wike is doing this. Okay, fine. But Wike telling Nigerians the truth, do you think that is bad? Then two, Wike is the only person right now in Nigeria that is bold enough to tackle these people directly. He knows he might be assassinated. He knows he might be arrested. He knows the consequences of what he's doing, and he's still doing it. But some of us are there is playing politics. Wike is doing this for a selfish reason. He's doing this. It's just like some people are attacking me here. No, Nigeria Wash is doing this. You know what he's doing. You know what he's doing. And you that is saying this, you hide yourself behind a camera. You can never show your face. Me, where you say and they do it based on this or that, my face is on air. Wike is on air. You that is behind computer typing comments. Wike is this, is that. Nobody knows you. You are hiding. So people like Wike should be given credit. I don't care anyhow you look at it. To be honest, even though Wike not going to endorse my principal tomorrow, he still deserves credit. Because Wike is telling you and I things that we might probably never, forever know in Nigeria. He's the only person that is doing it. He's the only man. For any man to cross this line, it means that I have chosen for us to remain enemies forever. That's what it means. No matter how you try to settle Wike and Atiku tomorrow, there's no way. Don't bring politics into this. Say now some politicians be tomorrow they go settle. No, Wike must always watch his back. If you and your friend quarrel, you are entitled to verse and talk, but you must be very careful with the kind of things that you will say to your friend. Because when you settle, whenever I remember those things that you mentioned with your mouth, he will never forgive you. If on a quarrel, you tell him, say, get out, you the crazy, what you worry, you big head, idiot, yeah, idiot, blah, 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 that's okay. But if you go as far, maybe probably talking about his wife, your wife will weigh head or whatever, or his mama, or his children, or you went as far trying to even assassinate him. But after all, one pope, one prophet can come after 5 or 10 years, can settle now. You can say, I don't forgive. Don't try it, my brother. Don't dare. Wike have drawn the line. Wike already know that there is no way on earth he and Atiku go fit it again. It's over and it's done. For anybody to go this length, it's done. And he deserves a credit for this. We should always say things how it is. I'm not disagreeing with you that he's doing it for selfish reason. He's doing it because he could not emerge as the presidential candidate. He's doing it right here or there. Fine. But he's revealing things that me and you no go feel we for nothing know forever. Let's further with this.
Give for the no. We're only saying by the constitution of our party, by what the national chairman said, and by what you told me in my house when he came to see me. Now you have gotten the president. We are not fighting about it. We say you have taken, we don't want to fight. Okay, give us the national chairman. And you say, no, we will not listen to you. Don't give us condition. Something that is touching on the foundation of the unity of a country.
Now, Dr. Bati, this has generated a lot of reactions on social media. I'd like your take on this particular topic before we talk about
Well, I saw Governor Wike, since he lost the presidential primaries and he was not chosen as a vice presidential candidate running mate to Atiku, there have been many tales. He and his supporters have been claiming that they are fighting on the basis of equity, fairness, and justice, namely that the chairman of the party cannot come from the north and the presidential candidate at the same time. But the party claims that it has since moved on. The party has passed a vote of confidence on Senator Iyorchia Ayu. But Wike and co and gang, the rebellious gang, the rebellious wing of the People's Democratic Party, they insist that they will make an earth-shaking announcement in January. We're waiting for that, what that earth-shaking announcement will be. But of course, as I have pointed out on this program, Wike is the only one there who is not running for election. All the other persons, they are either going to Senate or like Makinde in Oyo State, they are seeking a second term. They could take steps that could sabotage them too. So you cut your nose to spite your face. They have that. And it looks like they are a group of agitators who are looking for shelter outside of the PDP. Would they go out of the PDP? Would they remain in the PDP? Would the tales continue as people are accusing Wike of storytelling? Well, I think in 2003 that he was talking about, he must have been a local government chairman somewhere in one remote location, Obiakpo, local government. So, yeah, you know, people who are better informed in the matter will probably report whether indeed you had the president begging his vice president in 2003. And if he's using that parallel, is he saying that Atiku should come and kneel down for him? I don't think that's likely to happen. Is he saying that Atiku should come and beg him? Where Atiku says he has met with him about 5 times. Other members of the party have met with him. But he and his group are saying there is an irreducible minimum. Now, by this January, as he has promised, we will know where the matter is. In any case, after February 15, all of these people who are getting hypertensive over all kinds of things, you know, their system will calm down.
Okay, we're going to stop it right there and take quick reactions before we move on. But before that, I'll quickly like to acknowledge and appreciate one of our brother. Let me quickly appreciate you. Jejelaye, God bless you. Good evening to you for correcting us to change our date to 2023 because we mistakenly put 2022 there. Thank you very much. You see, I love things like this because sometimes, you know, we can rush to put on our titles and all that. But if anything is wrong, please draw our attention to it so that we can quickly sort it out because that date might be misleading and it might confuse others that might come tomorrow or, to watch our video. As you know that all our videos, we date them. So, JJ Lai, I believe I pronounced your name properly. I want to say thank you for bringing us bringing our awareness to that. Thank you. All right, for those of you just joining us, I can see more people right on the comment section. My God bless all of you now. Yes, let me quickly take reactions here. Please continue to share because we're going to start talking right away. But let's take this. We have from Victory, who said, following Peter Obi's endorsement by former President Olusegun Obasanjo, I don't see why Wike shouldn't do the same at this point when his group of G5 governors finally revealed their preferred candidates. Okay, I have another one here for business movements. Wike is showing everything you need from a leader, always on point. See, the choice is yours. Vote for the competence, capacity for the betterment of our children and future of our children. Okay, I have another one from here. Obasanjo endorsement is a big plus to Obi. Dati Baba is a strong voice in our polity. Okay, we have another one here. Peter Obi is the man. Every well-meaning Nigerian will queue behind him. Everywhere meaning Nigeria, yes. Except you be Satan. You know, now you will say you want Tinubu or Atiku. It's just the fact. I'm sorry if you are listening to me. I don't hate you as a person, but I don't know why you have to choose someone like Tinubu and Atiku over Peter Obi. I don't know why. You know, so if they even bring Zimbabwe Mark on now, may compete with Tinubu and Atiku. I'm sorry, now the Zimbabwe person I go choose over these two people. So if you think we are choosing Peter Obi because we have something, you know, in mind or we have any kind of connection with him, no, we don't. Anybody that come within these two people, the other person will be chosen. None of the two should be given opportunity at all to rule us. Never, God forbid. All right, we have another one here. Peter Obi will be the president of Nigeria that will make the reason and meaning of I am for nobody and for everybody. Vote for Obi Dati for a refreshing new order that will usher in a new Nigeria that will work for everybody. Vote wisely, please. Second to the last year, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo endorsement of Peter Obi is a direct message to INEC and to current presidency not to tamper with the result of 2023 presidential election if eventually Peter Obi wins and they declared the result inconclusive. This one I warn you, this is what our brother talk about here all the time, Alex. Okay. Right, the last reaction from Nigerians here is that Obasanjo's endorsement is now nothing. When Tinubu and his entourage visited Obasanjo at altar for some form of endorsement. Obasanjo endorsement was something. When Otto Eze defamed Obi and rejected his candidacy, endorsement was something. But now, Obasanjo's endorsement of him, Peter Obi, is nothing. Hypocrisy everywhere. Yes, that's one of the things I talk about from the beginning of this broadcast, that the same Atiku and Tinubu, they have traveled all the way to go see Baba Obasanjo in Ota, but EPA not endorse them, but let's say he endorsed them at that particular time, maybe that would have been something, right? But because he's endorsing Peter Obi now, it's worthless. You see, hypocrisy. Yes. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you very much for joining us. We have another segment that we're going to be taking later on, but let's talk about this first. We're going to start talking right away. I'm sorry for the time that we use in presenting all this to you. I want you guys to understand this is how it is. And I'm also happy that you managed to take your own spot. Because some people try to wait. Maybe when we finish talking, they will come in. But in a rush day, you might not find a space. I want to appreciate every one of you. Every one of that has super chatted us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. May God bless you. May your pocket never ever run dry. And for some of you just joining us right now, Kate, Amaro say, I see you right there. Henry O, good evening to you. June Obaseki, God sent. All of you right there. My brother Israel Samuta Sendam. I see Unare Henry O once again. I see Una. Now God will bless you now. I better help us to share this broadcast and let others know that we are right here. Help us to share. Raymond Osas is right there with us as well. Thank you very much, my people. Jaja, thank you. Namde, I see you right there. If I not mention your name, but just know that you are welcome to this broadcast. I would like to start with Mr. Ike. Mr. Ike, good evening to you, sir. Thanks very much for joining us, and happy new year to you once again. Please talk to us with all that we have presented. What is your take on this, sir?
I greet everybody, and I wish all of us a successful week.
Thank you, sir.
And also a blessed new year for some of our friends and family who were not here yesterday. I wish everybody a blessed new year, and I pray that the Lord will bless every good thing that we lay our hand this year in Jesus' name.
Amen.
A lot to unpack, Brother Elvis, but where do we start? Well, about the hypocrisy of APC.
Start from anywhere, sir. Start from anywhere, and you will arrive at somewhere.
Yes, I listen. The hypocrisy of PDP and APC. After you read the letter yesterday, I wasn't surprised of the reaction today. I know that's how it's going to come down to. Like as you were trying to pick for a word what the meaning is, and Brother Alex speaking for you in Benin language, That's the hypocrisy of what politicians are. Tell yourself, if you have waked up yesterday and heard that Obasanjo endorsed Tinubu yesterday or Atiku Abubakar, you would have seen the different reactions in the camp of PDP and APC. So we are not surprised about their reactions. And today, I know the Yorubas are the most respectful and the cultured tradition people in Nigeria. And today, there are some of the politicians who has never sacrificed anything for Nigerian, peace and love for togetherness, are calling Obasanjo all sorts of names. That's how politicians in Nigeria can descend up to the level that can go in order to defend their stomach. Obasanjo has shed his blood for the unity of this country. He has sacrificed so much for a united Nigeria and Africa at large. And I know that Obasanjo was one of the architects of the independence of countries in South Africa. And today, some ill politicians in APC and PDP are standing on Arise Television and other network and begin to say a lot of things about Obasanjo, which I know is very disrespectful and is unwarranted and called for. Obasanjo is an independent man like each and every one of us. We live in a free society where you are free to make your choice of who you want, who be your friend and who is not going to be your friend. And if they know that Obasanjo's endorsing Obi has no meaning or worth nothing, they should stop talking about it, because if it is only that Obasanjo cannot win his polling booth, leave it for us. We are happy that he did this for us. We know it will come, but yesterday it was official. So I don't want to dwell much about what the confused politicians in APC and PDP are saying. That's what they will say. I'm not surprised. So Obasanjo has taken a stand. He spoke to Nigerians. He spoke to African countries and the youth around the world. It's time to take back your country. You know, he did not hide it. And I think the ball is in our court, the Nigerian youth. And every sensible and right-thinking Nigerian, the ball is in your court to take back your country from these evil, satanic politicians like Brother Elvis used to call them. So I'm not surprised about the reaction. That is what it is. And for the insult of Wike to Atiku, listen, Nemesis is catching up with everybody. The evil that men do lives with them. It's no more it is for your children. So Nemesis is after every one of them, all these satanic politicians and evil men. Nemesis are after one of them, and the Nemesis is going to continue to pursue all of them. And by the time they will know what is going on, February 25 has come and gone. So I'm not surprised. Wike has already almost endorsed Obi so by trying to use Obasanjo as a platform to say what he wanted to say. We wait for what he will do finally. And I think when he was asking the people where he went to flag off a road, he was talking about they're going to vote for Amechi, and he was talking about the governorship candidate in Rivers State. But I know that at the end of the day, he will say what he wants. And I think that maybe most of them were waiting somebody like for Obasanjo to do what he did yesterday. And I think he has given a lot of them nerves to be able to stand up and say, this is where I stand. So on our brother from the north, Harun Agoro, I used to join his platform. I used to follow him. This is a mouthpiece that this is a man that is not angry like you said, brother. It's passion. His passion for a new Nigeria. This is always his passion in his platform. This is the passion he has. And I think the message is resonating in the north. And people are following, and people are listening, and people are following him because at the end of the day, he interprets his platform in Hausa. He makes the messages in Hausa languages and Fufude. So his message is getting across. So I'm happy, and we keep encouraging people like him in the north to join the moving train. So I'm very happy for him, and I know that God is doing something. And concerning what Wike said about Atiku in 2003, honestly speaking, I cannot say that I'm aware of this. And I think that the Honorable Minister, Tony Aneni, may he so rest in peace, is no more here to be able to deny or confirm what Wike is saying. I think the only person who is in a position to say it is Obasanjo if he wants to. And I think that if he had wanted to say something like that, I think maybe he would have included it in the letter of yesterday. But I think it's not late. Chief Tony Aneni is not here for us to be able to confirm what he said. And I don't want to use the same language that Abadi used, that Wike was somewhere in a remote local government chairman. I don't know what Wike was there. Maybe he was the chairman of a local government. I don't know. But, politics bring people together. And when they are in their inner caucuses, you don't know what they say when the press is not there. So what Wike is really doing this time around is most of things that said at the background, what they say at the secret meetings and the secret rooms. So most of the revelation is giving us is based on what they say among themselves, politicians. They know themselves. When they enter their courtroom, that's where they say, many crazy things about others. So I cannot say it's true or it's not true. Whatever the PDP is saying, the last person that is going to tender apology to PDP is Governor Nyesom Wike, because the power that he wields in PDP is much. And I think that, this fight is going to continue and it's not going to end until after February. And there is no reconciliation between Wike and Atiku, the way I see situation. I think that Wike is ready for anything for PDP because he said, I quote him, by January, when I make my decision who I am going to support, I am going to go from state to state to campaign with the candidate that I am going to support. He didn't hide it, he said it openly. So I think he knows what the party constitution says. And I think he knows what the rule says. So if he's ready to do what he said, we are waiting. We are January already. Maybe by Thursday, tomorrow, Thursday is 5th of January. We hope maybe they will come out and tell us. And we watch Wike to do what he said he's going to do. Because at the end of the day, among the 5G, he's the only person who has nothing to lose. But the other ones has political ambitions. And I don't know how it's going to end at the end of it all, this January. I don't know whether they're going to go separate ways. I don't know whether they're going to support different candidates because of their political ambition. So we are watching. Our hands are crossed. We are watching Wike and his group to see what they're going to do. But my point is that never will Wike apologize to nobody. Even though he's playing politics, what he's saying about equity, fairness, and justice is a fact on PDP. And what he just revealed today again about who scuttled the idea of the presidency coming to the South. Said they had a meeting in Delta State, they had in Enugu and one other place, where the governors from the two political parties agreed that the presidency should come to the South. And he said now that Atiku is trying to shift the blame to Otom, but he went and took buy a form for the presidency. So listen, we all are watching and we keep our hands crossed. But I know that, listen, this quarrel is not going to end until February. And my prayer is that let there be confusion in the camp of the enemies until February. While they are struggling to, solve their problems, we are moving forward. So I pray that what is happening now and what Obasanjo did yesterday will be a stepping stone and waiting for more people, more credible Nigerians, more respected Nigerians in the private and public sector to come out openly and endorse Peter Obi. Another thing is that some of the so-called men of God who are trying to shy away from standing up and making a statement. Time has come when we men of God keep telling, well, we don't want politics. Politics is not, we don't play politics. Or we continue to fast and pray. God has answered the Nigerian prayer. The days of telling your members to go in and fast and pray for Nigeria, we have prayed enough. It is time for you to put your prayer into action. The Bible said that the prayer without action is useless. Nigeria belongs to all of us. We have played that politics of, I am not interested. I don't believe in politicians and dishonest people. Yes, they are. But the question was, where did the Tunde Bakare get 100 million naira that he used to buy, that he used to go and buy presidential form? Was it not the same members of his church, who some of them that their children are in public school, that some of them can't even pay their school children fee? Is it not the tithe and offering that they give in the house of God that he used to use 100 million naira to go and buy a political form, a man of God? So why is it that you cannot stand and tell your members, this time around, go and get your PVC? So those men of God who are still sitting by the side, or vote your conscience, or you know that you cannot afford the 10 cups of garlic. Listen, we don't want to hear that. Stand up and tell your members to go and get their PVC and vote for Labour Party from top to bottom. The same people that you take their money, they come to your church, they pay tithe and offering to you, and you are living a lavish life on the name of being a man of God. It is time for you to repay back to Nigerians. Stop telling us, vote your conscience. Stop telling us, go and pray. Stop waiting for God's voice. God has given Nigerians direction. He has spoken to me. I am myself. I am a servant of God. I am a pastor. I lead the people where I'm living. I have a pulpit that I run. I preach the gospel the way that the gospel is supposed to be preached. This is the time that you are supposed to tell your members, go and get your PVC, vote for a new Nigeria that is possible through Peter Obi and Dati Baba Ahmed. Stop playing this politics of there is no relation between Christian and politics. Politics is a dirty game. Who said it's a dirty game? When it's a dirty game, when you go to buy a cup of rice, does the marketer tell you it is a dirty rice? We need every Nigerian this time to say, I am standing up for a better Nigeria. It doesn't matter what is going to cost me to stand up for a better Nigeria. Let them stop being selfish. Let them stop trying to play saint. None of them is saint. The Bible that they claim to preach every time they stand on a gold-plated pulpit, and they begin to deceive people with the word of God. It's not only them that read the word of God. I read the word of God. I preach the gospel of Jesus Christ. I never came to this panel to say that I'm a servant of God. But also, I understand that I know what the word of God says. I'm a servant of God too. So let them stop deceiving people with the word of God. Let them practice what they preach to people. This is the time that all of us as children of God should be able to say, I am standing up. And I want to thank God for all the men and women of God in Nigeria that are standing up and telling their members and telling them, listen, if you do not vote, don't come here tomorrow and tell me, Pastor, I have a financial problem in my house. God has given you a candidate where you are going to vote that your children will have a future for themselves. I thank God for those men and women of God who are using their pulpit and their platform to energize their members to go and get their PVC. And let all these ones that are trying to play politics for their selfish pockets, because they know that they don't want to tell the members the truth, because they don't want to lose the tithe and offering that they receive every Sunday. And all the nonsense things that they use in the name of trying to make money, trying to make you that it is when you do it that God will bless you. When you don't work, God is not going to bless you. You have to do something. You have to start something you have to get yourself engaged in doing something. Then God is going to use men and women around you or somewhere away to bless you. You cannot lie down on your house and begin to wait for miracle to come. When is the miracle going to come? So please, Nigerian men of God, stop deceiving Nigerians. Tell your members to go and get their PVC, because enough is enough. Stop playing this politics that doesn't make any sense. Because at the end of the day, you and your children are flying on a private jet. Some of your members are living in a thatch house. Some of the members of your church cannot pay their house rent at the end of every month. You build schools. You build universities. The people of the members of your church who are giving you the money to do what you are doing cannot afford to go to the school you build. You build hospitals, they cannot pay the bill to go to the hospital that you build. It is all those satanic politician children and their family that the people that patronize your schools, your universities, your secondary school, your nursery schools, and your hospitals. And you go to the pulpit, you preach against people who make dirty money. Who are you people deceiving? How can you call yourself a servant of God? You build schools. Members of your church that are paying their tithe and offering and giving seed into your church, they can't afford to attend their children can't afford to attend your school. Did Jesus Christ build any school when he was in the world? What was the call of Jesus Christ? At the end of the day, you say you don't have anything with politicians, but there are the people that are patronizing your university. There are the people that are patronizing your hospitals. There are the people that are patronizing every investment you make. The people that are giving you the money, the people that are making such investment in your life and in your ministry, believing that the word of God you are preaching to them is the truth. They are suffering. They are living in abject poverty in Nigeria. Some are living in the lagoons where they live on top of water, where they use wood as a house.
Thank you, sir.
Every Sunday.
Thank you.
The money that they make in the street, they still come to your church, give you tithe, give you offering, tell them God is going to bless you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much for your wonderful submission, your passionate submission. Thank you. Thank you. We are close. We are close. This is the time we need to put more effort to make this a reality. Thank you very much. Man of Prestige, thank you very much for joining us. Happy New Year to you. Thanks very much for the super chat for this year at the dance. Thank you, sir. It's good to have you again in 2023. Talk to us. What's your take with all this?
Hey, Mr. Najawa, can you hear me?
Yes, of course we can.
Yeah, good afternoon. I think good afternoon, Nigeria. It's been a minute. I was gone for about a month. Actually, to be honest, I was in Nigeria for about a month.
Oh, wow.
I just came back on Friday. But let me tell you, I was going to come into any platform, but when you've been married for about 20 years, you know how it goes, to keep the family well. I signed a part before I left the United States that I'm not going to be on any platform. I'm not going to come to any platform. So that's how it is. So
wow,
that's what really happened. I never really come to any platform.
Yes. At least for security reason as well.
Right, sign a part. But to begin with, before I proceed to the main topic today, I was in Nigeria. I was there for about a month. I just came back on Friday. Actually, I traveled to a 4 geopolitical zone. I was in Lagos. I traveled to Ogun State. From Ogun State, I went to Abuja. From Abuja, I went to Kaduna. From Kaduna, I went to Imo, which is my home state. From there, I went to Port Harcourt. I went to Omaha. So I was in a mission when I come to Nigeria. Okay, it was very beneficial. What I did. Of course, I went to the place I've never been in my life, even when I was in Nigeria. I went to Ajegule. I couldn't believe what I saw. We set up some, I'm not going to go in detail of what we tried to do from, disadvantaged people because I was very perplexed about what I see in that part of the country. I didn't even know something like, I was in Nigeria, I was in Lagos, but I never been to Ajegule. But this time, me and my family, I'm from a very large family. We decided that we're going to do something for, for the disadvantaged people, so we separate ourselves to different groups. I was assigned to Jagula. One person was assigned to Lekki, not just me, but some people. But anyway, so we did a lot of things. We're doing some things in Nigeria right now.
Wow.
But my point, but so the point I'm trying to make is that while I was in Nigeria, I saw things by myself, but I was very much concerned about what I saw in Lagos because it seemed like APC is suppressing people's, they are buying people's vote from what I had. I didn't witness everything. Everything is what I was told, okay? So they are buying people's vote in, I don't know how successful they are, but they are even the market people, they are trying to buy their PVC so they won't have the opportunity to vote. They can throw it away or whatever. But I don't know how successful they will be on that. You can't put any plate. I don't know where you are right now. If you're in Lagos, in London, you can't put any plate or any sign of any other.
I'm in London right now. Yeah.
Okay, it's not just obedience. It's PDP. You can't have any sign. If you have any sign, they throw it away because I was a witness. I didn't drive while I was in Nigeria for a month, but the one of the car we were driving, the guy put something about. He just decided to do that because he told me. So when he put something about obedience in his car, before we came back for the restaurant we went, they took it away. They didn't damage his car. They put ashes, cigarette ashes in front of his car.
Wow.
And took the plate away. So the point is that they are not allowing, they are suppressing, any kind of, but that's not going to disturb obedience. So having said that, I visited the northern part of the Nigeria. I think there's something that I witnessed. From what I have been seeing within the north that I've stayed, I stayed in Abuja for 3 days, then I went to Kaduna, I have family over there. What I'm saying is that the northern and the Muslims are, are heavy Atiku. I don't know about Kanu. Maybe this is my own strictly opinion, okay? It's not what anybody's telling me. I don't know how Kwankwaso is going to do well in Kanu. That's what I think, but I don't know if he's going to do well in another part of North. But Atiku is going to do well in the North because among the Muslim, but it seems like almost about 80% or 90% of the Christians. I don't know what their population is, but I can tell you about Kaduna. Kaduna have about 30% Christians. That's definitely because my relative live over there. He's a big shot in that area. So he told me, the southern Kaduna, of course, he live in the main Kaduna. There's a difference between the Muslim area and the non-Muslim area.
But are you saying?
Hardly hear you.
Yeah, we can hear. We can hear him. Yeah.
Right. There's a difference between the non-Muslim area.
No, his volume is low. We can hardly hear him.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Okay.
Add a little volume, sir. Add a little volume.
Okay.
Increase your voice. Yeah.
Okay. Is it better now?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. I want everybody to hear me. In Kaduna, I'm not talking about Southern Kaduna. Southern Kaduna is predominantly Christian, but in the main Kaduna itself, there's a bridge that divides the Muslim area and non-Muslim. Non-Muslim, what I mean by non-Muslim, this is including Christians and some other denomination that live in part of, it's just like different part of the country in the main Kaduna. But what I noticed is that majority of the Christian, maybe about 80 or 90% of them are, are for Obi. This is what I witnessed.
Okay,
Most
that's
of them
what I
are
was
for Obi.
waiting to hear.
Christians, right? But the Muslims, believe me, they are not for Tinubu because I don't know, because of what they have been through Buhari, that made them, kind of, most of them are for Obi. I mean, there's few of them that are for Obi, the educated ones, the elite in the north, they are for Obi. I don't know how many percentage, but majority of them are for Atiku. Regardless of what everybody is telling you, they are for Atiku. What Tinubu is getting some, but not anything compare. So I don't know how many states he's going to win. Maybe definitely, I think he's going to win Borno State. Where his vice presidents come from. Maybe one other state, but other place is going to be predominant Atiku. Don't let anybody deceive you. Atiku know what he's doing. Kwankwaso is going to win. Maybe Kanu. But I don't know
does it mean that do you think Peter Obi have a chance in the north at all?
Well, in the north central, that's where Plateau and Benue Plateau and the Benue Plateau and some other states. I don't know about Kwara State and Kogi. He may have a hard time, but he may get some percentage. I don't know, but I'm talking about where he's going to win. In Kaduna definitely is going to be share. Obi is going to get, my own opinion, Obi is going to get up to what percentage he needs. He's not going to win. I'm not saying he's going to win. He's going to get a huge percentage. I don't know what it is, whether it's going to be up to 25, 10%, but Obi is going to get, percentage. So Kaduna definitely is going to be shared. Forget about Erufa. It's going to be shared among the four parties. But in the north overall, beside the north central, is going to be dominated by Atiku. Let nobody say he know what he's doing.
Wow.
So that's not going to be enough for him. But Obi is going to win most of the north central from what I see. This is just my opinion, and I've read, so don't quote me. This is just my own opinion. And from from the investigation that I did, I talked to friends and everybody. Obi is going to do well in the north central. I don't know how many states. I don't know about Kogi State and Kwara State. That's the only one in the north central. He may not do well, but he's going to get he's going to win and get his 25% in some of in some of that state. So Lagos, everybody's in Lagos. So I don't know what's going to happen in Lagos, but let's see what happens. Of course, in the south.
In overall, what is the chances of Mr. Peter Obi on ground since you just returned back from Nigeria?
You mean on the ground?
Yes, overall in Nigeria at the moment. Overall, according to what people say now, what you experience, what is the chances for Mr. Peter Obi?
Oh, definitely in Lagos. It's going to be between him and Tinubu. I don't think PDP has a chance. So if you ask me about my opinion when it comes to Lagos, Tinubu probably going to. This is strictly my opinion. Tinubu probably going to struggle to get up to 50%. Obi be right up there with him. And if you ask me who's going to win Lagos, I will give it to Tinubu. But Obi will be right up there with him. I don't know what's going to happen in the West. But the place that I'm winning, which is Ogun State, Obi is going to do well. I'm not talking about winning, so forget about that. The point is he going to get 25%? But if you want to talk about getting the whole population, because if you look at this election,
yeah,
you have to get 25% of the whole state. You have to get 25. You have to get 25%. Of the whole 30 something state. You have to get 25% in 25 states, and you have to get the most vote. So that's the two criteria that we give you the presidency. Now that if you fail for either one of them, it's going to be a red run. You have to get the most vote, and you have to get 25%, of the 25 states. So Obi is going to do well, definitely. I know about the popular vote. Obi is going to be right if he's not going to get it. So I'm not here to say that Obi is going to win the election. I'm just here to give you my point. And what I saw in Port Harcourt, forget about Wike. It doesn't matter what Wike did. I mean, I don't know what he's doing right now, what he's going to declare. No, Obi is winning Port Harcourt. I mean, hands down. There's no doubt about it. I don't know about the whole year. I don't know about the two state. I don't know about all those kind of places. I don't know about
no. B is winning at those states. That one,
okay.
100%.
I mean, I don't know about Paris and what do we call? I don't know about Calabar. I don't know about Cross River. I don't know about Kwa Ibo. I mean, he may do well, but definitely, I'm talking about the area.
Okay, but in general, what do you think is going to be the final results in February? No,
I'm not going to be able to say that.
think?
I'm not going to be able to forecast, man, what's going to happen. But Obi is going to be right there. That's what I'm going to say. I'm not going to say I make my own permutation. That doesn't, that don't make it. But Obi will be right in there. Okay, Obi is not going to fail us. That's what I'm going to say. Okay, of course, in the Southeast, forget about all this authorism nonsense that you're doing. That he doesn't even have any validity because even the person that is supported in Anambra during this past election fell. And remember what he told the Igbos before. He had been saying this nonsense he said before, that and remember what people don't realize. This man is being, he's being enriched by the old guard, who his favorite president is? Abacha. That's how he got his money. So forget about all those things. He only has one vote. Solo the only was have one vote. Obi is going to win 70 to 80%. Forget about all those hopes or them Soludo or whatever. I mean, they only have one vote. Obi is going to win 70 to 80%. 70 to 80% the Southeast. There's no doubt about it. I can put my money on that. So anybody can come here. I mean, I go to a different platform, okay? So when I go there, I make my own point. But this is what I witnessed. I'm not going to come here and give you who's going to win, okay? That's not my point of plan. I'm just here to tell you this is my opinion, my observation when I was in Nigeria. So I just want to let you know I've been gone for a minute. So I just came back. So that's why you haven't seen me. Like I said, I signed a pact with my family that I'm not going to come to any space, I just came to Nigeria to do what I have to do. So, but Nigeria is in a bad shape. That's all I'm gonna say.
Wow.
Nigeria is in a bad. So we can go to the main topic today. I just want to let you know about what I did when I was in Nigeria.
Okay, welcome back. My main concern right now is that you are back, you are healthy, and I can see you are shining. Thank God.
It was good. It was good. It was
it's
good.
not easy to it's not easy to travel to Nigeria and return back to your base. When that happens, you need to give thanks to God. Welcome back, sir. And thank you for asking questions around and you touching different other states to to know what is going on ground. But one thing I'm very, very hopeful is that I know the margin will change, especially in the north. I know it's going to change, before the 25th of February. So this is why we are here 7 days a week, and many others that are doing the same thing that we are doing. We are doing it to sensitize our people back home. This is why we talk about sharing and and do like you now. You went there and apart from that you went to Nigeria for an holiday, you also went as far by doing your own work. So everybody has to put in their work for this to become a reality, for us to have this victory. Thank you very much, Mr. Prestige. I would like you to talk on the main topic today now. What is your take on the endorsement from Obasanjo? And what is your take on the response from Atiku and Tinubu by saying that the endorsement is worthless? Remember, these two went to Obasanjo before to seek for endorsement. But now, because Obasanjo endorsed Peter Obi, they are saying is worthless and meaningless. What was your take on all in general?
Okay, let me start with the endorsement. I think it's a great news for Obi that the Obasanjo endorsed Obi. That's one thing people don't realize. Obasanjo has a big weight when it comes to Nigerian politics. I don't know how much vote that's going to garner. I'm not here to talk about the vote or whatever, but the optic. Anybody can say what they want. The optic is very great for Obi because Obasanjo is well known international. But we are not here for international purpose. We are here for Nigeria. What that means for Nigeria. So anybody can say here and equivocate. Everybody's talking about us. I've listened to other space since I came back. This Obasanjo endorsement doesn't mean anything. Not just the politicians in Nigeria talking about, even people elite, like people overseas here, they're still talking. I guess everybody's saying it because of their own sentiments, tribalism, or something like that. So Obasanjo endorsement is going to carry a weight because in the north, all those big shots, are they supposed to align themselves with some of the people that corrupt where Nigeria is? But that's part of politics. Sometimes you have to align with the devil to get what you want. Is that the right thing to do? No, probably not the right thing to do in a normal space, but Nigeria is not in a normal space. So what is going to do to all those big shots, in the north? I think they're going to endorse will be some of them. I don't know. I may not know it's going to do, but it's going to push on weight. So anybody here that's going to come here and tell you that Obasanjo is nothing, he does this, and what you have to understand, maybe sometime you have to think about Obasanjo endorsed Yar'Adua. Yar'Adua won. Obasanjo endorsed Jonathan. Jonathan won. I don't need that scenario is going to play into. Okay, Obasanjo endorsed this thing. Obasanjo endorsed Buhari. Buhari won. So I don't know where it's going to lead. So everybody was saying, some even people said Obasanjo did not even endorse somebody, did not win his local government. But if you want to go by that scenario that everybody Obasanjo endorsed locally didn't vote, didn't win or whatever. How about the people that he endorsed for president? Everybody that he has endorsed for president has won. So he may have been the one that brought Buhari in, but he endorsed him. So let's see where this is gonna go. So, but I'm very happy. Forget about what they say. Just matter of being hypocrite that because he endorsed it's not gonna matter. After all, Tinubu went to Otta, was begging for his support, and he didn't give it to him. Of course, Atiku know that he wasn't gonna get it because he's like enemy number one to Obasanjo. So they're all just making noise right now. I don't even put too much criteria to what everybody's saying. It's a good thing that he endorses it, and it's gonna make, I don't know how many votes that's gonna gather, but it's good regardless of any way you see it. Whether it's gonna make Obi the president, people gonna come to vote for him because of Obasanjo endorsement. But Obasanjo, I don't care what anybody said. He may have embezzled money or whatever. I'm not privy to that. But he's an icon to me. This is my own opinion. In this century that we live right now, I always regard him as the best president we ever have for what he did and the way what he did to Nigeria. It's unequivocal. We haven't had any president like Obasanjo. So not just whether it's going to sway some people, some vote in the Southwest. It's not just in the Southwest. That's not what matters. Tinubu may win the whole Southwest. That's not the issue. The problem is that how many votes is Obi going to get? 25%? That's all we care for. We not care about Obi winning anywhere in the Southwest. Of course, I don't think so. But Obi getting 25% in, I don't know how many it's going to get in some of the states, but definitely I know it's going to do well in Lagos. The other state, I can't really tell, but I'm hoping that it's going to get some 25% in some of that state. And it's going to put weight in the north. People can come here and equivocate and say what they want to say. It's a good thing. That's what I'm going to say.
Thank you. Thank you, man of prestige. Having you back again means a lot to us here. In fact, we missed you.
I'll be coming here, definitely. Yeah,
we missed you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, let's quickly hear from Order, which is Mr. Alex. But before Mr. Alex, I would like us to quickly take a 1 minute break. 1 minute break, my people. Thank you.
Nigeria
so we can pepper them. Oh, say pepper them. With your designers, you pepper them. Say pepper them. We can reach you like pepper them. Oh, yeah, say pepper them. Your designers, they pepper them. Oh, yeah, say pepper them. Say pepper them. We can reach you like pepper them. Oh, yeah, say pepper them. Your designers, they pepper them. Oh, yeah, say pepper them.
All right, thank you very much, people. We're back now.
I just wanted
Please stay mute,
wanted to
stay
have.
mute, stay mute. Okay, thank you. I've muted everyone. Please, everybody stay mute until you are called. I appreciate you all. Please continue to share. Today we have 39 shares. Now God will bless you now. Thank you very much. I'm not sure about the lights. Let me see the lights. We have 115 lights. Please, I want us to see more of this. If you're watching us right now, hit on the like button, the thumbs up right there on your screen. Click on it and help us to share this broadcast so that our voices can go far. Please, let's do this for ourselves. I appreciate every one of you and our new subscribers. We want to say thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate every one of you. Please, if you're watching us right now, you have not subscribed yet, hit on the subscription button and the notification button so that we can carry ourselves along whenever we are live, so that we can communicate on the comment section. As you can see, we communicate with people live. Although I know some people like to watch it later on, but still, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. I appreciate you all. For some of you saying that we need to bring a Labour Party campaign team here, or probably maybe Peter Obi. We are working hard on this. Trust me, we are working hard on this. In most cases, in fact, we are even already talking with Mr. Peter Obi, and we are getting responses from him already and all that. We are hopeful, fingers crossed, that we're going to have one of them here before the election. Fingers crossed. But we're not doing this to have them here. We are doing this for Nigeria to become a better place. That's why we're doing this. We're not doing this to expect anything at all. I just want Nigeria to be a better place. I love Nigeria where I am. I love it more than where I am today. That's just the truth. That's why you see I live in Nigeria, right? So if Nigeria can be better than the way it is today, it's a blessing for every one of us. So we're working hard on that. Thank you very much, my people. Mr. Alex, my brother, talk to us.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Najawash. Thank you, those on the comment section, fellow panelists. Thank you, Mr. Najawash, for your selfless services to humanity. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for your consistency. Thank you for your unbiased reportage.
Thank you.
Thank you for sympathizing with the plight of the common Nigerians who have never had access to internet. You are speaking for them. Those who have died, you are asking God for justice on their behalf. Those who have been deprived by wicked politicians nationwide, you become their spokesperson. Indirectly, you will know. God always raises people to save a generation. So I thank you for what you are doing. You may not know the magnitude of what you are doing. You are doing a gargantuan favor to people of Nigeria, especially those who have been deprived of the basics of life, education, security, water, the basics of life by leaders on the land that God has blessed so much. Looking at what Qatar and Dubai is doing with their crude oil, one is tempted to wonder if it is granite oil we have in Nigeria. My goodness, may God forgive these leaders, or should I say, may God punish them. Anyways, Nigeria, thank you. I thank my brother that gave the statistics of how election, his own hypotheses or permutations of how things will go. In politics, we don't rule out statistics, we don't rule out predictions, we don't rule out mathematics. That's why we have special advisors, we have a personal assistant, we have a team of experts to work with. You cannot move a country or a state forward alone. As far as I'm concerned, I can disagree with him a little bit. Maybe he's talking about what he knows, but what he's not aware is that there is a wind, a wildfire. You are going to see it on that day. Can you remember the NSAS? Cast your mind back on every major city during the NSAS. The mammoth crowd you saw. A lot of them have gone to get their PVCs. And they are waiting to express their anger. They are waiting to express their political vengeance. They are not coming to vote on that day with a smile on their faces. They are coming to take back their country. There are some parts you are going to see youths coordinating themselves. in a way that nobody can, even uniform men can't even dare to manipulate things. So it's a serious fight to take back one's country. Let me talk about some Wike. Some Wike, maybe I should give you a little counterendum or a little, historiography about Nelson Wike. He's from Ekure, in Obiokpo local government, and there he was a local government chairman. People are not even aware that he was a councillor. Wike was a local government chairman. He was a commissioner in that state. He was a commissioner. He became a minister before he became a governor. So he's a grassroots politician. I'm not saying he's perfect. I'm not his spokesperson. But we should learn to celebrate people who are doing 40% of the damages that we could not do. He has torn PDP into pieces. Atiku is not even coming. He's just seeing the race out of shame or shamelessness, out of insensitiveness, because he's a man that does not have shame. By now, he ought to even step down. He couldn't create peace in his own party. Wike is a trained barrister, a lawyer, a student union activist. Go and verify. Wike is not a man you can. There are some people, Benin will say, it means it's not every head you can kill, or it's not every head you can push around. Not like some governors who are like chickens. Before Abuja cough, they'll be shivering. They'll be peeing on their pants. Governors, they call themselves excellency. If you can remember during the COVID-19 saga, when the coronavirus just broke out, when there was no vaccines, that countries were shutting down their airspace. Nigeria shut down their own. Abuja presidency gave a presidential pass to about 16 white men to go to Rivers State. Wike went there in person. The fact that he went there is not even the problem. My thing is that if those men were carriers, Wike would have lost his life. He showed leadership. He went there in person and arrested those men and gave a press conference. He was warning Abuja. He was warning Buhari straight. How can you put a law and you are breaking the law? You want to pollute Rivers State? I will not allow you to do this. If you want war, I will give you war. The same Wike spoke up about VATs, value added tax, that the federal government was siphoning money from different states. He said, no, not under my watch. He took them to court and he won. He beat them hands down. They had to call him, to beg him and say, be your brother's keeper. We know how much your state is contributing to the nation. The same Wike, with this full invasion of the whole nation, he pushed back. He used a scheme, Operation No Illegal Infrastructure. He pushed them back. He destroyed all their hideouts. He protected these people, and so on and so forth. The same man, you tell me not to support him? How dare you? When I have a governor who is like a puppet in my state to the Fulani killer machine in Abuja, a governor that cannot explain to me how 13% derivation crude oil money was spent, 17 billion. It's the same wicked that also exposed it. This is no longer vengeance or personal vendetta. This is just pure, selflessness. So when I see people doing what I cannot do and my governor cannot do, as I suppose and as smart as I am, I should be able to be honest enough to say the truth. And the guy does not care about the consequences. He knows that when he leaves power, the Fulani oligarchy are going to use all might to come after him. So definitely he has to work for Mr. Peter Obi to win, so that he will not face that stress. Not that he's scared of them. He said yesterday, if I die now, I didn't die young. How many governors can talk like that for doing the right thing? Allegedly, there are many assassination attempts. He has already escaped already. A lot of attempts have been made on his life. Of course, you know where all eyes are pointing to. So Wike, for me, I respect him. I thank him for challenging this social misfit, this social contraction, fraudulent contraction called Nigeria that the British gave to the Fulanis, to continue to lie to us that they are more than us in number. Who conducted the census? Who gave them the population? Who told them that they are born to rule? Why would they have a presidential candidate from their own quarter, when their own brother from the same quarter is still in power. As if that's not bad enough. How would they produce a presidential candidate and still produce a national chairman of the party? And you say Wike should not talk? A lawyer, a selfless man like that, with all the projects he has done in his state, with the life-changing generational projects, big projects built by multinational countries. I mean, companies like Julius Berger. I cannot remember when last I saw Julius Berger in my state. Maybe I was like in primary school. I can't remember. I have not seen Julius Berger in my state. Do we forbid it in my state? Do we forbid to sit there? Because the roads made in my state don't last 2 years. And when you talk, some gullible people, some people who cannot stand the light, you know, darkness and light can't stand together. They usually attack you. They say you talk too much. What are you ranting about? Why not you go and be a governor? Why are you insulting? People will not insult you. You will insult yourself. We speak about Bruce Ali today. We speak about Ogbemudia today because they did well. Why are we not insulting those ones? If not your greediness. A fellow governor born of a woman. This is why it's good to have leaders who are from the land. Wike was a local government chairman in Obiokpo local government. At 202, 203. He was a commissioner. So he knows, he's connected to he must have been, you know, he must have suffered a lot of things. So he can connect with his people. He loves his people. He cannot talk for 5 minutes without talking about my people, the people of Rivers State. So guys, we should copy good leadership. I love this man. And with his body language, with what he said today, 50, 60%, he has already endorsed Obi for me. Because the same OBJ met Obi and Wike in London about 2 months ago, or less than 2 months ago. Some of the information of things they discuss are what is happening right now. Some of us already have privilege to have such information. So for me, Mr. Peter Obi's project is already done and dusted. We should go there and carry it out. I see him winning in Nasarawa State because Nasarawa is not a Muslim state. It's like half or so. I see him winning in Plateau State because Deborah was killed. Deborah was a Christian. So the Christian in the northern side of Nigeria, because of Deborah, they are going to come all out. You know, they've been burning churches all this while. They thought 8 years is forever. What can you use to remember Buhari's government? The burning of churches in Kaduna State, the killing of Christians. This is the only time we can revenge with our PVC. The way they've run the country, they unleashed 6 million killers on the whole nation, especially in the north. And somehow they came to the west. Or what church massacre has not been, justice has not been served to those family members. You know, it's very easy to trivialize deaths when your sibling has not died. As a result of government carelessness. When your family member has not died, as a result of this wickedness of these men. People in that state, Ondo State, they are waiting, and they are waiting with all vituperations. They are waiting with all zealousness. Kwara State is already won because we saw how they almost stoned their governor. One of their meetings. The youths, listen, this is the era of social media. We were taught in school that the law, the judiciary, is the hope, is the last hope of the common man. No, social media has defied that. Social media is the last hope of the common man right now in Nigeria. Somebody once said on this platform that God brought social media because of Nigerians. Because right now, how can you hide everything they've been doing for 7 years? They killed people. They kidnapped a whole railway line. They slaughtered family members. People ran a scatter for their life. What are you going to tell them as an Atiku? What did Atiku do? Tinubu brought this party that has destroyed this nation like this. So brothers and sisters, I like your statistics. I like your, but you are a bit old school. You are using the previous knowledge of those days. Things have changed. Go and watch the video of the NSAS protest before it was hijacked. You will see the millions, thousands of souls that came out, and many of them have their PVCs already. It's not business as usual. So, Obasanjo endorsement, let me dwell on that. In 2003, Obasanjo was in Bayelsa. He was giving like he was in a meeting with some of the restive youth. some of the so-called militants who were agitating for, compensation because of the oil spillage and pollution. A guy stood up and said, "Sir, Mr. President, my father's compound has oil. NNPC, Shell, and Chevron, they have refused to pay us the money we want from them, and they I want you to give order and give us our land back." Obasanjo dropped his mic. He put his agbada, opened his leg, and called the young man and said, "Camera, look at my leg." He said, "Come and see where Biafra soldiers shot me on your father's land. Join police. You don't go join police. Your papa not go join police. Join army. You don't go join army. I sacrificed my leg. Where was your father when Biafrans were threatening to take over this land?" So OBJ has suffered for this country. He's very corrupt. If you look at him very well, he's not a bad man. Can you compare his government to what we have now? Like someone already said, Obasanjo, you cannot write him off. Write him off in Nigerian politics at your home peril, even if he has his own problems. And you cannot write him off in African politics too. He has broken peace. He was having a lunch with the president of Djibouti. Is it Djibouti or Saktome? Military boys took over his presidency. He told the guy to keep eating. Don't worry. He sent message to them peacefully that they should step down, that the man came to visit him in Nigeria. The military boys were misbehaving. He sent a troop there. They rounded those guys up, and he restored that man less than 3 days. Less than 3 days. Less than 3 days. So such a man, you cannot play with him. He's alive. Thank God he's alive. I have my issues with him. I don't like him so much, but we need all hands on deck to push this train, this Nigeria sports train, to change this train to the Obi-Dati train. This is what we want to do. The movement is bigger than you can calculate. It will defy your statistics. It will defy your mathematics. It will defy your old school predictions of elections. You are going to see how the way Nigerians are going to come out. Old people, young. It happened in Edo State. What has never happened in Edo State before? That the cabals will lose election to a man, those days unknown in Edo State politics. Tinubu brought his billions. Oshomole came with all his rhetorics. Yamu came. But that was where we told Tinubu that Edo not be Lagos. And we delivered about secure, although he has been a disgrace. But with that same momentum, 100 times is what I'm seeing around Nigeria. Because if you see, why are they communalizing Obasanjo's endorsement if it is not hitting them? Why did they even comment on it? Why are they saying it at all? Why are they coming out to condemn it? Because it's very powerful. The man is like a brand. He's got a name, and he has been negotiating. He has been very, very, very hardworking behind the scenes. He's been negotiating. He's been visiting. He's been consulting to try to right the wrong. Even him himself was part of. So, guys, it's a movie trend. It's next month. Get your PVCs. We don't have any other country. Let's defend our land. No, America will not come and do it for us. Britain will not come and do it for us. European Union will do it for us. African Union won't do it for us. We are the ones to do it ourselves. And if INEC dare to touch the elections, but with Obasanjo's comment today, with his letter today or yesterday, let me tell you, if there's anybody who knows about Nigerian politics and how things are being rigged or whatever, it's Mr. Obasanjo. And I know he's on 24 hours communication with Mr. Peter Obi. I'm very aware. He's been telling him things on the political engineering of the Nigerian politics. So we are going to win. Let everybody come out en masse. They only believe in rigging. But the rigging machine has been damaged. Beavers is there. We know Beavers has his own limitations. So that's why we must come out and finish the job. Wike has helped us to do his own side. We, the youth, have been doing our own. Nigeria Watch and other platform. They've been doing their own. The youth now also, they've been getting their PVCs. And the way they came out during the NSAS is going to be like a tsunami next month. It's going to be unbelievable because nobody's smelling in Nigeria. People cannot eat. People can't go to school. People don't have access to jobs. There is no electricity. There is no security. There is no pipe-borne water to drink. No money to spend. Everybody wants change. People want their country back. This is the time. If we miss it on Peter Obi, we are doomed. God forbid. So I expect more political bigwig in Nigeria to come out in the next few days. Nigeria, you can remember that we said it on this platform, that December and January, a lot of people are going to come. Those people are standing on the fence. And Obasanjo has taken the lead. Although many have been coming, we will see more of them. Behind the scenes, some ex-presidents have already joined Obasanjo before now. These are agreements reached. It's just announcement time. So Wike will do his own announcements. Imagine those 5 governors who have friends among other remaining governors who are going to influence and make sure that elections go free and fair in their states. Come on, when God wants to fight for you, he put problem in the camp of your enemies. Exactly what is going on now. APC is fighting themselves. They are not regretting. How can you have a Professor Osinbajo and other, young people? You bring in a Tinubu. How can you have, a Wike and you bring in a man who lives in Dubai? So they confuse themselves from the beginning. The hand of God has been on Peter Obi. He's been sailing so smooth. The man has given a verifiable account of himself. So as he always say, go and verify. As a former governor, what he did. How many governors can leave $50 million before leaving government? When my own governor is fighting the royal family here over $5 million from Germany that they are bringing with a returned looted artifacts, historical monument that the British took. He's fighting. He's fooling himself everywhere with white men. Parading himself as the king instead of being a governor. So, and a governor left $50 million in 2 different accounts and 10 billion naira each. Come on now. This guy is from another planet. I mean, and he told you, go and verify. He said the chairman of those banks are still alive. He called the name of the banks. If it's in my state, in Edo State, you will hear of that money on the news. Only announcement governor is what we have in Edo State. And I'm not afraid to say it. We have Facebook governor. A governor who does not care about human lives. A governor who does not care, who does not monitor projects. Governor who does not commission projects. Who does not relate with the people. Who does not visit the market. Who does not visit the schools. Who does not care. Who does not visit the world they went to campaign and get their votes. So when I see people doing what I don't have in my state, I have to applaud them. And history will never forget Mr. Nyesom Wike for the fight he has fought for the southern side of this country, the fight he has fought directly or somehow for Mr. Peter Obi, destroying PDP, tearing down that structure. Atiku is going away. A man that cannot unify his party cannot unify Nigeria. So guys, I'll drop it here, and I want us to know that the train is a movie train. What if God say yes? Nobody can say no. Election predictions will not work this time. This is not business as usual. It's going to be a surprise landslide. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you very much, my brother Alex. Thanks for always saying it how it is. That's the most important thing about all our submission on this platform. Thank you. All right. I would like us to move on to the next person that we have here. I can see that some of you are saying we don't give people a limit of time to talk because this is the only topic we have today. So we give people enough time to talk, and we're going to give a roundup closure later on. So yeah, let's listen to this. Okay, Madam Rita, good evening to you. Madam, Happy New Year to you again once again. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, Happy New Year. We haven't spoken this year. Happy New Year, Sir Elvis. Happy New Year, everyone.
Yesterday, I don't know.
No. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to join yesterday, but I was off and on. I was watching.
Okay.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everyone in the panel section. Happy New Year, Mommy Diaspora, and everybody watching from home and those in the comment section. My sister, the only sister in this panel, special greetings to you, Sister Omoye. This is a good day. This is going to be a victorious year for Nigerians.
Yes.
Amen. This is going to be a victorious year for Nigeria.
Amen.
This is the
Amen.
year.
Amen.
This is the year for the regular Nigerians. This is the year for the voiceless Nigerians. This is the year for the Nigerians in the IDP camps. This is the year
said.
for the people who have died for Nigeria, like Deborah, like the woman leader in Kaduna, like all the people that were killed in the train station and in the church. A lot of Nigerians. This is our year. The Lord has listened to our
said.
cries. The blood, the innocent blood has been crying. This is the year God is going to answer our prayers, regardless of anyone's presumptuous connotations about, oh, this person in the north, they are going to win, the Muslims are going to win, this is going to vote. When God shows up, statistics will shift to one corner and go in the direction of where God wants that statistics to go. And I believe it's Peter the Rock Obi. That is where God's statistics lies on.
Yes.
As per Dr. Haruna is also a man that I respect so much. When he said he was going to be 67 years old this year, I felt touched because I see a man, who at that age, just like Charlie Boy, in his 70s, speaking up to truth confidently, showing their face and saying, this is the right thing to do. Because I feel so bad because even people who are older than Dr. Haruna, like some of the GOs, the reason why I'm mentioning some of the GOs is because those are public figures. I think they have more popularity more than the likes of Dr. Haruna. Check out what Mr. Ike said. He knows what he's saying because I could see it, a man of his age. He has seen that Nigeria can do better. He has seen the handwriting on the wall that there's so much evil that has enveloped Nigeria. And the people that you expect to stand and speak up, regardless of whether they are gaining anything or whether they have influential people in their church, are supposed to speak up, but they're not doing it. It hurts. It's disappointing that such people, such influential people like the pastors, I'm not a Muslim, I'm a Christian, and I'm going to speak based on the so-called pastors, that the GOs, they're not even speaking out. They are not, some of them are in their 70s, even 80s. They are not speaking out. Are they down the transit level to meet God now? Are they trying to say that what will be their legacy? Are they not thinking about that? What would be their legacy being on the transit level to meet God now? To say, what did you, how were you able to stand up for your people? How were you able to stand up for truth? How were you able to just tell the people the right thing to do instead of sitting on the fence or trying to mingle and twist statements and make vague statements in the name of so-called useless prophecy? How? It hurts. It hurts that you just see some people still looking up to these people. I'm telling you, people, there's a lot of empty, non-substantial people that are so-called influencials today. They are empty. According to what leftists used to say, Izagodo, I think that's what means empty drum. Empty. There's no substance. And this our political dispensation has clearly shown that the people you think they were something, were actually nothing. The likes of people that were looking at Dino, who's always now a Reno or Solu Jota, you just look at all of them like, oh my goodness, these people are really empty. There's really nothing in there. Upstairs and in their hearts, there's nothing. They're just empty. So I want to praise Dr. Haruna Goro. These are the people that we want to see every day to inspire the young people. These are the kinds of people that we need to hear speak out and talk, inspiring any young man or woman looking at that person and say, wow, I want to be like this man as an adult. Martin Luther King, he's an inspiration today, even to young children in primary school at the end of the year when they want to choose, typically in America, when some young children want to choose a leader, that influence their country. Most children, they pick Martin Luther King, American children. They want to speak like him. They study him. They look at JFK. They study him. They want to be like them. So tomorrow, which child now want to start speaking like Agbado now? If not for, they want to use him as a joke, not something as serious as inspiring. Nothing. So I would say Dr. Haruna Goro, he belongs to the league of people that are inspiring in Nigeria, that people should emulate, just like the late Pele that just passed on. A lot of people want to be like him. A lot of people inspire to be like him. What will be your legacy after you leave this world? There's something Dr. Haruna also said. He said, let us forget about mundane differences. That thing touched me, and He was so right. Our differences of tribe, religion, geographical location. I think what we are facing is we are fighting for the soul of Nigeria. There's somebody once said, there's a quote that says, freedom comes when you learn to let go. Nigerians, we need to let go of tribe, religious affiliation, geographical location. Sometimes I would even add looking up to some old schools who are not living up to their expectations. You can't be inspired by old fools. You can't be inspired by old demons. You can't be inspired by people that you think they were something, but they're actually nothing. And Peter the Rock Obi's dispensation has kind of opened the cans of worm. So we're actually seeing people for who they really are. They cannot even defend simple logical questions. They cannot. What does that tell you? They haven't done no substance, empty. Now, going back to Governor Wike, there's one thing I just realized. Every time we have a presidential election, I have come to the conclusion that the people of Rivers State, I would say they are the political entertainers of Nigeria. Take it or leave it. From the time of Jonathan, who was his wife? She was from Rivers State, Mama P, Patience Jonathan. I mean, she was displaying a lot of basketballs just the same way, Governor Wike is doing. We always see some kind of action, or I'll use the word entertainment, from somebody from Rivers State. I will give it to them. From Patience Jonathan to now it's Governor Wike. It's amazing. Nigeria is a special country. I would say Governor Wike is playing politics, just like every typical politician would play or act. He's I think his politics and personal vendetta is kind of intertwined together with regards to former Governor Amechi. I would say the Rivers people, they know their sons. The Rivers people understand themselves. So whatever Governor Wike is saying, who to support or who not to support, I think the Rivers people are wise enough, to do the right thing. I cannot speak on regarding Rivers State, but I can speak on regarding Peter the Rock Obi, the presidential position. I think the people of Rivers State, they already know that it's Peter the Rock Obi. I mean, this from last year to now, Governor Wike has been giving them, little antidotes, little, signs and clues that, hey, this is you guys should not vote PDP. You guys should not even vote APC. You know the right person to vote. Like I said, the Rivers people understand their person. They understand their son. They understand their governor. They understand Rivers State politics. They will definitely support Peter the Rock Obi of the Labour Party for presidency. But most likely, I would predict, it's not a fact, but I would predict that, they will also follow suit with the PDP candidate for governorship. That's just the way it goes. So the likes of Amechi and what's the other man's name? Magnus Abe. I think they're just wasting their time. And for his comment on Atiku, I think basically what he's just doing damage to Atiku as a person. He's discrediting the candidacy of Atiku from a regional and tribal section, because he always keep comparing that it is your brother that is the president now from the same Fulani tribe. How dare you even bring the same Fulani man, forgetting our federal character, forgetting our modus operandi of the PDP party. So he keeps reiterating it and saying it. He keeps saying it to Nigerians to understand that aspect. If you want to look at the cultural aspect and the tribal aspect, as well as for inclusivity and equity, he keeps bringing different instances why these people, Mikano branch is not a credible candidate to govern Nigeria. He keeps doing that. He's just showing us the deceitful, condescending, and dishonest nature of Atiku. I think that's what he's consistently doing, even if he's using different languages, different instances, or different things that have been happening behind closed doors. What he's consistently doing is discrediting the fact that someone like Mikano cannot be president, with all the things surrounding, all the controversies surrounding him, past, present, and what they are projecting. He cannot be president. He cannot. Mikano, former vice president, cannot be president of Nigeria. and I think at this point, I don't know what is going to rectify or consolidate anything within the PDP for Atiku to even support, sorry, for Governor Wike to even support someone like Atiku. I don't think so. I just, except if Jesus comes, I don't know. I don't think there's anything to consolidate anything regarding his support, Governor Wike's support for Atiku. I don't think so. And for the Arise program, when they were talking about the endorsement from former President Obasanjo. Okay, fine. I know a lot of people are saying Obasanjo is A, B, C, D. I know the Kuti family would never forgive him because of their grandmother, their mother. I know some people would say OBJ had a role in even making someone, with the likes of Dangote being a billionaire because of the perks that he gave him, regarding importing stuff and all that. I would say Obasanjo made who Dangote is. I would say that confidently because it's a fact. So a lot of people have some personal grouse, for OBJ. And then so, I would say this is the case of don't look at the messenger, but look at the message. And when when somebody made a comment, I think one of the I think on Arise TV or so was saying that he has no political value. I mean, that person is probably living in a cloud. I don't know what planet you're living in, but because Obasanjo is a man you cannot ignore. He's just like an itch that's itching you, but you don't know where to scratch. But there's an itch there. So that's how I look at Obasanjo. Take it or leave it. I think in any presidential dispensation, in any country, I think the opinions of former presidents is very key to every candidate going for that same position. I mean, who do we have now? Take it or leave it, Nigerians. Take it or leave it. The only active president now in Nigeria that travels around the world, especially within Africa, keeps speaking, he keeps talking, he keeps writing, he keeps speaking, unapologetically, is Obasanjo. That is the truth. The man in Mina, IBB, he's just there. Of course, we know he's not as mobile as he is. Abdul Salami, he just had stroke last year. I pray he gets better, but it's part of the aging process. Who else again that's still alive? Gowon is there. He's probably very old. I've not been seeing him in speaking in public, for I think for over a year. I haven't heard anything about Yakubu Gowon. So the only active president we have now is Obasanjo. And no matter what, take it or leave it. Anytime Obasanjo speaks, Nigerians want to hear what he has to say. Nigerians want to see his body language. So we cannot, it to be foolhardy for anybody to say that he's irrelevant. I mean, if he was so irrelevant, why would the likes of Mikano and Agbado go and visit him? Why? If you're not a politician or if you're not in this position, you wouldn't understand. And for somebody to tell for a former president, I would say Obasanjo is part of the so-called, I would say, cabal in quotes. They know the in and out of what's going on behind closed doors. They are privy to know every single detail that happened at 2 a.m. or 1 a.m. or happens in foreign countries or what happens when they have meetings in their private jet. They have meetings in private jets in the air. In case you guys don't know. In the air, they have meetings in the air. Before they land, they've concluded what they want to conclude. He is privy to all those information. So for him to write such a letter telling us to fight for your nation, he knows what is happening behind the scenes. Even some men that come, some surrogates that come to speak on behalf of APC and PDP on Arise or Channel TV, they don't even know what Obasanjo knows. They don't know. That's the truth. So if this man is coming out to tell you guys, fight for Nigeria, it means Nigeria is in danger. He means he knows the plans of the oligarchs, the caliphate. He understands what is going on. And I think maybe he might be doing this out of the fact that he's at the age where he's at the transit stage to meet God. I think now, because every one of us cannot say, they've committed less sin than Obasanjo. No, you probably, if you were in Obasanjo's time, as a military governor and as military president and democratic president, you probably would have done worse than Obasanjo. So if the man now at his age now is speaking truth and he's speaking it plainly, he's saying it out. He has nothing to lose. He doesn't need money from anybody, I believe so. He doesn't need anything from anybody. And the man has said consistently, I have suffered for Nigeria. I have fought in war. I've gotten injury for Nigeria. So nobody can threaten him. That man is an enigma of some sort. I would think so. So if anybody is saying he's irrelevant, I mean, that's completely wrong. I mean, he's an influencer, first of all. A lot of people, when they hear Obasanjo speaks, they know who they're voting for. That's it. Case closed. No matter what you say, they know who they're voting for. Even from the West, they know who they're voting for. So we cannot completely ignore it. And also, finally, I would say in the case of Obasanjo, I think that Obasanjo brought out this letter to lead. He's indirectly telling those who are afraid, okay, I will take the baton, I will bell the cat, I will come out, and this is my message for the new year. This is who I'm supporting. This is what Nigeria should do. And I think that is honorable. Regardless, I think that is an honorable act. And I think it's also a message even to the G5 governors that look at me with all the punches I'm getting. I am going to lead the pace. I'm going to tell everybody directly, this is who I'm supporting. I am going to try to convince Nigerians and try to encourage the youths of Nigeria to get involved and support Peter Obi, because he has seen this is the only man that can rescue Nigeria. This is the only man, Peter Obi, that can bring Nigeria out of the coma that we are in. Because right now we're in coma, we're quarter to die. Take it on. That is what's going on. And I must commend him for that. And I respect him for that. I'm not so much of his fan, but I respect him for the action he's taking. And there's nobody that is not important, because one vote can make the difference. One vote, it can make the difference. You're talking about somebody that has an influence on so many other votes. So we cannot take out Obasanjo. We cannot, regardless of your personal hatred with the decisions that he made, in the past or whatever. But I would say that I respect this man, and I think he's going in the right direction. I respect him for it. The other governors and GOs and the people that are even at his age group, they should take cue from this man. This is what leadership is. He's taking leadership. So it's a message to Wike, like, don't be afraid. As a former president, this is my stance. I have put it in writing. I keep speaking out in public. This is my stance. So whatever decision you make, you're on the right track. So I would urge anybody who is a part of the G5 or who has some sort of influence, please go for Peter Obi. Go for Labour Party. I think what we should be working on now is the Labour Party logo, especially in the North. Because take it or the North is different from the South, Nigerians. If you haven't lived or been in the North is different from Nigeria. Their mentality and the way they do things is different. So right now, I think what most Northerners are looking, most of them, I think that they're actually routing for Peter Obi, but some of them are not even aware of the logo which Peter Obi represents. Some are still even thinking that he's still under the cloud of Atiku and Peter Obi. That is why maybe some of them might say, oh, we're voting for Atiku. Because some, take it or leave it, some people still think that what's his name? Obi is still the vice president for Atiku. I'm telling you, I think that's something that the Labour Party has to really work on in the northern part of Nigeria. Seriously speaking, they need to really work on that. And I'm even seeing some things on social media where they still have the old bag of rice with Atiku and Peter Obi's face. Atiku, you see them. So you see the kind of games they're playing. So that's why most Northerners, they just believe umbrella or broom. So they don't really know that Peter Obi is a Labour Party, Mama, Papa, and Peking logo. They don't know. They still think he's still attached to Atiku. So I'm thinking that's why, like what Man of Persist said, I don't know where he got his data from. I don't know how many people he spoke to. I don't know how many influencers he spoke to that he got that, his opinion about, the Northerners or people from Kaduna voting for. But I just think a lot of them, they need more, they need electoral education. The electorates need more education in the North. I think most of our work in the South is done. I think most of the work we should be channeling to our energy to now is the northern part. And then there's something that's, when all these things happening with Wike, and shouting and all that, there's something that was I read one time. I think it was a quote said by Mike Tyson, Iron Mike Tyson, the former boxer. He said, "Not everyone that fights you is your enemy, and not everyone that stands by you is your friend." Nigerians that don't like Obasanjo or Wike, or say he's using politics to play this game, he's having his own for his personal interest. Fine, it's for his personal interest. Perhaps, maybe if you were in that situation, you'll probably even do worse than Governor Wike. You probably even do worse than Obasanjo. You can say it's for a personal interest. You can say, oh, he's creating enmity and he talks too much. Fine. That's the only way he can express himself. Just like I think some people will say, I talk too much, or Sir Alex talks too much, or Mr. Ike talks too much, or even Omoye talks too much, or even Alex, Elvis or CM talks too much. Fine, you can say that. That's the only way we can express ourselves. But looking at the message, the bottom line is, what am I driving at? Primarily, what am I driving at? I'm driving at that the message is the best person to transform Nigeria is Peter the Rock Obi. Regardless of all the English or language I've been speaking, Peter the Rock Obi or nobody else. Peter the Rock Obi is the only one that can help us, that can start that engine that where Nigeria is supposed to be. That is the bottom line. That is the bottom line, people. So I think, we should keep forging ahead, keep speaking out. This election is very unique. It's very unique. And, the old brigade, they're going to be shocked. A lot of them are going to have serious high blood pressure and stroke because the shock that's going to come from February 25th this year, it's not what they will ever expect in their life. So it's Peter the Rock Obi, it's Mama, Papa, and Peking. Please, the logo is very important. The logo is very important. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Rita. May God bless you. Thank you very much for your submissions. Is Peter the Rock Obi or nothing else? Thank you very much. Thank you. Right. I would like us to quickly hear from the next person here with Tiobala, my brother. Tiobala, happy New Year to you, my brother. How are you doing today? Good to have you here with us.
Fine, sir. Happy New Year, sir.
Tiobala, where have you been?
Yeah, where have you been, Tiobala? Wow, good to see you.
Thank you so much. I've been doing some academic work. We've been in the lab all the years, since September till December, I really want to appreciate every one of you for the good work. I am so happy to
welcome back. Welcome back.
See the movement. Thank you so much. Hope you can hear me clearly.
Yes, we can. Very clear.
Yeah, thank you so much. Mr. Evis, thank you so much. I really want to appreciate the good work you are doing.
Thank you, my brother.
Yeah,
thank
you so much. I really appreciate.
Thank you so much.
You have been the one standing for the masses because the message you are preaching here is really going far and wide. And especially when I listened to your intro yesterday and today, it's touching, it's inspiring. So, and based on what we are passing through today, you don't need to beg anyone to vote for the person of Peter Obi. We are in a very serious situation at the moment. That is why the endorsement of Peter Obi by former President Olusegun Obasanjo is the survivor of Nigeria. Is for all to take our country back, like what he rightly said in the letter. Is so clear that it's time for us, because if we miss it now, it's going to be a problem for us.
Yes.
This opportunity might never come again. It will never. How are you going to see a person that will be loved like the person of Peter Obi? How are you going to see a governor who have ruled so well, having the compassion that for the people, and there is no trace of any corruption to him? Otherwise, they are not using one way or the other to destroy his campaign team or whatever. Still, none of things have been able to trace towards Peter Obi. This is the reason why we are queuing behind him. I personally am following Peter Obi because of the message he has been preaching over the years. Not even before now, even before even thinking of even launching his own presidential ambition. And when I was with him in New York, when one of the videos you played, when he was preaching those messages, people were just even crying because we have never had this opportunity right from time over the years.
Exactly.
We have never had this opportunity. Peter Obi stands for everyone. That is the more reason that we urge every Nigerian. The message Peter Obi is preaching, or what Peter Obi is coming to do, is not going there for himself. It's going there for you and I. This is a person who talks about human capital development. In today now, the world is moving on a global scale. It's moving fast. And with Nigeria, we have the capacity, we have the masses, we have the intellectual capability, and what you can name it. But because of bad leadership over the years, we have been where we are. Not that we don't have the capacity or we don't have the resources. Why? Leaders over the year, they have used the resources of the nation to enrich themselves and their cronies. And Nigeria, we are suffering, smiling, and this is not the way to go. This is what President Olusegun Obasanjo said in his paper, in his letter. If we cannot take this movement on, if we cannot, and that is more reason I want to use this opportunity to appeal to the conscience of each and every one of us, especially the young masses in the Nigeria, the youths, the women, and everyone, that this election is all about you. It's not about Peter Obi. It's all about you. Imagine you have light 247. Imagine you have internet. You can learn anything you want to learn, work anywhere in the world, in your own house. The issue of a no job and all of that, you see company moving into Nigeria to come and establish, then you'll be talking about revamping the whole setup. This is a man who had the heart for the nation. Look at what he did on Christmas Day. You know, how can you have a citizen living in a camp in their own country? As in those messages. When he said that thing on Christmas Day and even on New Year Day, it's really touching. This is a country you call your homeland, and you are living in a camp. And the government, they are not even doing anything about it. So the endorsement of Peter Obi is not President Olusegun Obasanjo is not doing it just to make a political statement or do one or two things. He's doing it for you and I. They know what they've enjoyed in the past. They know what they have been able to gain using government resources, and they are feeling it for us as an individual. That is more reason I will urge each and every one of us to go and get our PVC if you have not gotten yours before, to start preaching to everyone, get your PVC ready to vote the person of Peter Obi. And I want you people to know, and over time we have before the new registered voter, we have over 80-something million registered voter. Even with this current registration now, so it should be about 90 or 95 million registered voters. And if you check the statistics over the years, we have had 28 million in total of the number of people who have come out over the year to come and vote, both for APC and PDP. We still have over 50 million Nigerians who have shown no interest. Why? Because they feel that the APC and PDP, they are the same. What is not the reason for me to go and keep myself voting for APC? Whoever want to win, let him win. But this one that is coming, and there is a wave. That is what Mr. Aleph said earlier. There is a wave. There are people who have been on the fence over the years, who doesn't care about the election, who doesn't care about the outcome of the election, because they feel that both APC and PDP are the same. But the person of Peter Obi coming into the scene have broken the deadlock, brings about the awakening of the general masses. You will see the kind of vote you are going to experience this time around is a thing you have never experienced before. I won't be sincere with you. And I have reached out to a number of people over time. Even when I was I've not been around, at least I'll be following Asha, maybe if they want to do their normal donation, giving my own contribution in my own little way. But speaking out to people in the villages, they are aware of all these things. Majority of them, they call me and say, this is what is happening. Even in my own locality, this is what is happening now. Everywhere is Peter Obi, Peter Obi. Please, we should be aware of this issue coming up and how we are going to tackle them. For those G5 governors or Wike and all of that, I think like what other panelists have said here, they have done the damage by pulling Atiku down. Imagine those G5 governors still with Atiku. Do you know what it will be, or if they are going to support the person of Atiku in this election? It will be, I don't know, but in all, the masses are the one to choose who is going to govern them or who is going to lead them come this 2023. So that is the aspect we should be thinking about, because the number of voters that will be coming in is going to be massive. And going by the area of, I heard about somebody talking about some churches, building schools and all of that. See, all these things, for me, I will not in my own way be blaming churches or for building school that member cannot attend and all of that. School is expensive all over the world. But the issue here is that it's the failure of the government. If they have been able to put their education system in the right direction, what will you be doing in the private school? They will have no choice than to reduce the prices.
Huh?
So,
I'm good. Yes.
they have no choice than to reduce the prices or whatever. But the standard matters. The standard matters. That is why when you go to most of the private schools in Nigeria, if not for them, we would have enough standard to measure up with the global scale. You know, most of us graduate from public school. But in all, most private schools in Nigeria are far doing better than most public schools in Nigeria. We should take that into consideration, despite the exorbitant prices and all of that. But in all, this is a year of election. That is what I'm after. Whether whatever one or two persons said or about one or two, the most important thing is for us to come together to fight this common enemy. Who are those common enemies? Those people who have kept us in this perpetual poverty over the years. Those are the people we have to fight, whether being from the north or from the south. At least I listened to somebody recently, is from the core part of the north. And according to him, the majority of those people, the elites or whatever they call them, so they are rooting for the person of Peter Obi. Please, we should encourage ourselves. We should go all out to support Peter Obi financially or by speaking to our people all over the nation. That's all I have to say for now. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, my brother Teobala. It's good to hear your voice back here again. You are one of those that started with us on this journey, and I would certainly acknowledge that. I want you to know that I appreciate you a lot. We all are still together, and by the special grace of Almighty God, we all will come back here to celebrate together once our principal, Mr. Peter Obi, will be sworn in as the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you. I want to quickly acknowledge Skystream America. Thank you very much. Alexander Gomez, thanks for the super chat. Appreciate you, sir. Skystream, God bless you. Thank you very much. Josh Blue Shell, thank you very much. Please, my people, help us to use the link right there to join us here, and also help us to share this broadcast. Copy the link and paste it in another platform where you belong for others to hear our voices. Help us to like as well. Click on the like button, is right there on your screen. Just click on it. You know, we currently have 157 likes, while we have 42 shares, you know, and we have over 500 people watching us. So I think the shares should be at least a minimum of 100, you know, and let's get at least a minimum of 500 likes. You know, it's possible. Okay, please do this if you have not done this, if you have not yet done so. Thank you very much, my people. Now God bless you now. Meanwhile, I'd like to move on. Before that, I'd like to quickly take this short break here, you know, so that I can move on to the next person. Please, the break is for you to share and like. I want to see difference on the like and share. And God bless all of you now. Let's listen to this.
And that you are not running for president. You are running for president through us.
Now, whatever you say about the Labour Party's presidential candidate, Peter Obi, one thing you can't deny or take away from him is the powerful passion and compelling zeal of his supporters. Such is their intensity and dedication that they seem to trump any of the inequities of the Peter Obi movement and whatever advantages the other three front-runner parties might have. When asked about this, his supporters say that in the same way that George Floyd became a symbol of the Black Lives Matter movement and Mahsa Amini has become a symbol of the fight against the oppression of women in Iran, so has Peter Obi become an ideological symbol of the fight for justice and equity in Nigeria, a fight that's being led by the youth who want to see a new generation of honest, committed leaders.
Who can you trust to fight for you? Vote Peter Obi for president. Vote the Labour Party.
People to know is that all these things have done it at a particular level, and the result were clear. I'm only asking for the opportunity to do it for the country. So 2023 election will not be about tribe. No. Don't vote for me because I'm from Southeast, I'm an Igbo man. It will not be about religion. The 2023 election should not be about my turn. It's nobody's turn. The country cannot continue to go the way it's going today. We must stop it. It is you that will stop it. The reason why we have all these problems is cumulative effect of leadership failure over the years. And this is the time to stop it. 2023 is the last time Nigerian diaspora will not vote. You cannot exclude your best brain from voting. It's impossible. If Angola can do it, Ghana can do it, South Africa can do it, Kenya can do it, Nigeria must do it. It's structure of criminality, structure of corruption, structure that have kept Nigeria where it is today. That is the structure I want to dismantle. Election 2023 will be about character we can trust, competence, capacity, commitment to do the right thing. Thank you and God bless you.
Niger.
All right. Thank you very much, my people. Thank you. We're back here again. Thank you. All right. Who is blessing? I'm not sure. Mr. George Blueshell. Okay, let me see. My people, please. I'm in USA, and my people in the village, Akkobe Ewu Isan, will like to join LP. Please, I need a contact in Edo. I can. Okay. Blessing in Nahimio. Okay. Please, Blessing. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm going to put a number right there on the screen. Please send us a message. Then we can take it from there. All right. And I'm not sure how long you'll be following us, but we're just going to put our contact on the screen right now. Click on, take the number and send us a message. Okay, let me quickly do that. I'm trying to do that right now. Thank you very much for bringing this to our attention. Yes, somebody also complained the other day, and there are so many other communities that are not so aware of our principle. This is the time to work together, my people. You know, like I've always said before, I will not come here to tell you what we are doing behind the screen, or to come and tell you how much I spend to talk to people myself, or to reach out to people. I don't want that. I don't want to be labeled at anything at all that we are doing this for a purpose. After the election, by God's grace, after we emerge as the president, I'll come here to reveal more things to you people. You are going to be surprised. We are going far. We are doing a lot behind the scene. That is our number right there. Please send us a message. That is our main number on this platform. Any message you send there, certainly you're going to get somebody that will respond to you. Thank you very much for reaching out to us and for bringing our attention to that. Now God bless you. Okay, meanwhile, I would like us to quickly move on now to Omoye's Corner. Omoye's Corner, good evening to you once again, and Happy New Year to you. Thank you.
Happy New Year, Mr. Niger Watch. Happy New Year to everyone. Happy Gregorian calendar. According to the Gregorian Oyibo calendar. Now New Year. Meanwhile, in Ethiopia, it's not. Meanwhile, for the locals, until March before New Year, because that's the first rain that cleanses the earth, and then whatever. Anyway, let's just go straight to the point. Everything that Wike has said, please, can anyone identify any lie in what the man is saying?
Mm-hmm.
Can you really? Yeah. Can you identify any lie in it? He's putting his career, everything on the line. After this, there's a likelihood that nobody, he might lose every benefit or whatever it is that usually comes to them. But do you everything that he's saying, can someone stand up and say it's a lie? Why have they not come out to say it's a lie all this time? For the first time in our political landscape in Nigeria, you have people that are bold enough to come out and speak the truth. We've never had it like this. At least I don't remember. Apart from the likes of Ken Saro-Wiwa, when he was fighting for the rights of his people in Ogoni land and all the rest of it. I don't know who else, apart from the likes of what's this man that passed away that used to write the law review? I forget his name now. There were very few of them that were loud, but they were not, maybe because there was no social media then, right? But for the first time, especially in this election circle that we're experiencing right now, there's a man that's standing up, defying everything and putting his body and his career and everything he owns on the line. Do you think that that kind of person is doing it just because he wants to be politically relevant? I don't think so. I personally do not think so. What I see is a man who's upset with the status quo, a man who's had a lot of anger with the way things are done. He sees and he notices that these people have just cornered Nigeria to themselves without considering any other person, especially the South. What has he been fighting for? He's saying that he's fighting for the South because who has the voice of the South currently in Atiku's party? You are the presidential candidate. The chairman is from the same area like you. Make it make sense. The man is opening the eyes of Nigerians to see the inequity in leadership, in politics. Let's not just throw the baby with the bathwater just because, he may have done some things that are not pleasing or whatever the case is. What matters is what is he doing now? If this man was silent and was not saying anything, people will call him out and say, look at the likes of Wike, they are not saying anything, they are not doing. But this man is putting everything on the line and he's speaking out. No matter what you do, people will not be satisfied. That's the truth. No matter, the man is he's trying to open your eyes so that you know what is going on. How else do you want him to say it? He's doing it in the way that he knows he can. For that, you have to respect him, regardless of what you think about him personally. You have to respect what that man is doing. And he has every right to use his voice, because if he doesn't say it, how will you know? How will you know if he's not coming out to say it? How would you have known that this man had to kneel? Obasanjo knelt. Can you imagine kneeling down for your second in command?
We won't have known forever, Madam Omoye. There's no way.
Exactly. There's no way we would have known that this man had to kneel down for Mikano to go for a second time.
Kneeling down for a vice president.
For his vice.
Too much.
Do you understand? It's too much. Let's think about that statement. We're just rushing through it. Do you know what it means? You have to go and kneel down and beg your vice president because you want to run. Who has the power? Make they open our ear well. They listen and digest these things. These are things that happen behind closed doors. Why is anybody not wondering how come Wike has this information? How come? These are things that this man probably has known for a long time, but he's just been keeping quiet and just allowing peace to reign. Are you freaking kidding me? This kind of things are happening. This is why our politics is bend the way we are seeing it. It's ridiculous politics that they play in Nigeria. I'm glad it is all coming out. This shows you the kind of human being Mikano is. He can never ever smell the security posts of leadership. He will not smell it. It will not happen. Everything rejects him and Agbado. The earth rejects him. The ground we stand on rejects them. They will never, even the wind rejects them. Even the rodents reject them. Not be Agbado go somewhere for north when bees they pursue them. The rodents are rejecting them. I beg, let's appreciate those who in the midst of this are coming out with boldness to speak truth to power. Let's appreciate them. I appreciate what Mr. Wike is doing. I really do, because there's no way we would have known half of what is going on. Our eyes are open now. You think next time somebody wants to come around and run, we're not going to dig into his history to find out what he's done and what he's going to do? Politics has changed forever because of Peter the Rock Obi and the likes of Wike. I'm very happy that Obasanjo came out and put through his huge support behind Peter the Rock Obi. That to me is a great thing that has happened. I don't care what anybody says. Who amongst us here have not sinned before? If you never thief meat for your mama's stew, if you never thief meat for your mama's pot, raise your hand. If you never sneak out, drive the car when your papa say not drive, raise your hand. If you never go thief money for your mama purse and your papa wallet, raise your hand. I beg, all sin are the same. Now the one we know, now we they talk. The man, I respect a man who, reflecting on his past, can come out and say, hey, you know what? For the sake of the people that are coming before and for the sake of people I'm going to leave behind, I will speak up. I respect such a man. He could have been silent. Abiuna no know. The Obasanjo can just stay behind and not say anything. He don't need to support anybody. He could have been quiet. Then the same people will come out and say, hey, what about Obasanjo? The man is not saying anything. The man has thrown his weight behind the person he knows will save the country. Everybody is talking. They never see anything. And like Sister Rita said, the fact that this man, Obasanjo, has come out and put his weight behind Peter Obi, or is it someone else, or is it Yobala that said that? It is signaling to others, put your fears behind, put your sentiments behind, and stand for the truth for the first time in your freaking lives. They don't carry power go anywhere. Once a person dies, that's the end. So it's time for you to speak up now, so that even if death comes, you will smile. You will smile on the deathbed. You will smile and go. I'm very happy with what's happening, because politics in Nigeria has forever been changed. We have a mess on our hands. Look at Peter the Rock Obi. I didn't even know there were IDP camps in Abuja. I had no idea. Can you imagine that? People in their own countries, they are living inside camps. We don't know how decadent that society has gotten. It's so bad. People are literally selling off their own children to feed themselves. Are we kidding? Because sometimes when I sit down and think about these things, I wonder, my goodness, people just folded their hands, sat down and watched this society go down inside, go deep into the ocean. That's what happens. I caught a YouTube somewhere. Somebody was talking, it was someone from the north who was explaining that that people will be shocked. Do you know, he was saying that northerners, they keep saying northerners are not on social media, there are lots of them who have phones that are listening to Peter the Rock Obi because they translate them in Hausa. The man was saying that the North is going to heavily vote for Peter the Rock Obi, because guess what? He said the Northerners themselves, the culture, people are taking, the likes of Mikano and Agbado, they are taking advantage of the culture of the North. Because the Northerners are usually very silent, quiet. When they're Christians, they obey everything, right? The same way as the Muslim. So because they don't talk, they're not as loud as the Southerners, they think that they don't know what they're doing. Meanwhile, there's a lot of work going on the ground. She said even the person you think is going to the farm has a phone. He can listen. They keep saying that Northerners don't have phone. They are not on social media. They have. Oh, it was a Northerner that said it yesterday. They have, and he's on the ground. He said the election is going to shock Nigerians because the Northerners are more aware. Is it not the Northerners that have been ruling Nigeria for a long time? What have they done for their people? Look at the mess. They've created camps on their land for their people. What has Una Bubu, what has he done for his people? Not be during time, not be during time. All these bandits and Boko Haramis and kidnappers can increase. What has he done? The Northerners are aware. They know because they have families that have lost loved ones. This election is going to send a lot of people to their graves. That's just a fact. A lot of people are going to have hypertension. As Sister Rita said, it's very true. They will. It's going to affect them massively. Who has heard from Agbado since? Anybody you don't hear from him? Where is he? What is he doing? I heard he went to Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, your people, they're hungry. So people are homeless. They go Saudi. What you want to go do for Saudi Arabia? Your house not reach you to pray. At least you go. Don't build mosque with all that money when you don't thief. You not feel go there go pray because you feel say your prayer. Now when you travel out, now your prayer they go hear your prayers. Where is he? Who is hearing from him? The man has gone radio silence since the election process started. The man has never spoken to you. He's never spoken to any Nigerian. He's never ever come out. Nigerians, this is why I want you to vote for me. He's never asked, he's never answered any personal question. When they were talking about Peter Obi's Pandora Papers, the man came out, defended himself, cleared the air. Agbado, they say you be drug dealer, you be drug peddler. You have not come to defend yourself. Now the matter will still there. Is it that kind of person you want to consider? Someone that cannot make a sentence without messing it up. Someone that has turned to a great skit maker. He should retire and just become a skit maker. That's because people are making, it's true. Comedians are making money off of him because he's a skit maker. That's what he is. Where is Mikano? Where is Mikano? I guarantee you, Mikano has probably gone to Dubai to go and get treatment. All these people, they will never win. Everything has rejected them. Even the trees have rejected them. Nothing will work. They will lose flat out. Not only them and their families go vote for them and their minions when they feed. All those people that are around them are just cleaning them out. They're just collecting their money. Some of them that are supporting those people are going to vote Peter the Rock Obi. Watch. Instead of Peter the Rock Obi to be with his family on New Year's Day, he's visiting people that have been decamped from their homes. I beg. Who get eye, make it see. Everybody is seeing what's happening. Everybody is hearing what's happening. What's left to see? What's left to hear? Let's not fool ourselves. You see what Wike is doing? I am enjoying it and I'm here for it because if it wasn't for him, I would not know. I would not know that a second in command, they had to beg him and he had to give, he had to say, go and fire an enemy. Are you serious? Now we don't know. Peter the Rock will be on no one. That's it. I yield. Thank you.
Yes, it's Peter Obi or nothing. I'm so happy that Wike is exposing every one of them, even when he knows that this is certainly going to affect his political career prospectively. But he's standing for the people. Although everybody are seeing this in a different perspective, by saying that he's doing it for his selfish interest because he lost this and all that. But for me, I'm just interested on the information that is passing to Nigerians. That's my concern. I've never come here to say Wike is perfect. In fact,
I don't have any business with Wike, but as far as he's not contesting for any public office that I need to talk on. My main interest is Wike is exposing these people. That is my concern. Remember, you can't do things like this in Nigeria because they will want to go for your life. So Wike already know the consequences and he's still doing this. So please applaud him for that. Even though you don't want to give him 100%, at least give him some percentage of, by saying thank you. Because if not, we all go grow old. We're not going to know these truths. A lot of things is happening in Nigeria. Trust me. You're not aware and I'm not aware. And Wike is coming out now. Apart from it exposing Atiku, all these things is also helping us to move forward as the obedience. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate you all. Thanks for your contributions. Okay, let's move on now to Peter Okundaye. Good evening to you, sir. Thanks very much for joining us. Happy New Year to you once again. Talk to us, sir.
Thank you.
We can hear you now. Good. Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Thank you. Good evening and Happy New Year to our Benin Empire Canada. We are now in New Year, not because a white man Canada. The day you observe it well means that you have entered a new year. Thank you all. What I will say, although I never really appreciate all Wike has been doing, but to this video of Wike, I really thank him as my Benin brother, as my Nigeria brother, as my Biafra brother, as my Oduduwa brother. Even let me call him as my Arewa brother also, because we are still Nigerian together. Because if this thing could not come out in public today, many people will have not known that Atiku is one of the strongest devils we have in that country. Because the reason that Obasanjo cannot open his mouth and bring out all these things, that is why he said, if I say something that I know about this country, it will catch fire. I've said it before. Obasanjo are saying those things that if people.
Mr. Peter, your audio is not stable. Your audio is not stable. It's on and off. Just leave it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we are hearing you now. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. So that is the reason he said if he open his mouth to say things that he understands about the country, he will catch fire. The reason is that because all of them are mafia, Kano mafias, Kaduna mafia. So because of the oath they take, they cannot really open their mouth to say anything. Thank God for our brother Wike, who have not joined them to take that oath. So who can open the eyes of the Nigerians, but not just all the Nigerians, especially the Satanists, to know what they are dancing into, to know how the fire they are about to enter. For those who think that they have taken our brother from Edo as their vice, or this, that, to know what they are going to face, that those tears that they have been sharing before is just a little. Because if not, we will have not known that that was the purpose of sacking our brother Anini from the PDP head positions. And we will have not known that these are the reason that Obasanjo said he will not allow, he can never, as far as he lives, can never allow Atiku to become the president of that country. Because he has known that if this man become president, he will worse more than Buhari. So all these are the reasons. We thank God, we thank our brother Wike for exposing it. So it's not going to less for our blind brothers, because who will say, no, it's just politics, is that, or our blind sisters, we all think Wike is ranting, or because he lost this. No. It's going to less for them to remain in their blindness or in their crippled attitude. Because the reason that Nigeria is where it is today is because the blind are the leaders, while the followers are the cripples. So no one is able to take the better things to a destination. Then for our brother Aruna, I thank him very much. I thank him for letting people to understand What me, I'm still crying. That is why every time you hear, I will say to people that what they are facing is because they believe there is a place that they are going, which no one have ever seen, but they are able to describe it. So Aruna came out and tell you that this is not whether your religion or whatever you think you have. This is about your life when you are still living on earth. So you need to fight and make it better for yourself. How can it be better? It is, you have to forget about those lives that you never know how you're going to work. Find the people who are holding perpetually into pains. Drive them out of your domain so that you can have a better breeze in your compound. So this is what Aruna is telling us. And I thank him for that, because he never said that again, that it is, we are now Muslim, we need to rule over others, that others are this. No. Or the Christian to say, you people think your God is the best. No, he said, we all have life to live in Nigeria. So we all need to put hands together, because there are people who are not believe on this, their religions. Also, they are still in Nigeria. Let all of us put hands together and make it work for us all. So I thank him for educating Christians and Muslims who believe that don't worry about anything on earth. Just be suffering here because you are going to a place, or kill as many you can kill here. Don't worry, they will give you 4 virgins in heaven, where you have never even had virgin on earth. So I thank Mr. Aruna for all he's doing for our Nigerians, the real Nigerians, to wake up to their responsibility, to know that when the country is good, it's good for all of them. And when this country is bad, it's bad for all of them. For the country to keep on moving, because 2023 will really determine if the country have to go the way it was before the British came, or if it will remain to become a country. 2023 will be the one to design it. So it will going to be on our effort, the way we work it. So I want to tell Sister Rita that our brother Wike is not castigating Atiku, or he's really putting things the way it is. He's not spelling Atiku name. He's letting Nigeria know how Atiku is, especially the Sultanate. That is what Wike is letting them know, that they are dancing with fire, thinking it is well with them. Because although people said, not everybody that laugh at you are your friend. So I no go and get here, so there are many who is laughing with you, but they are ready to kill you when they just turn their back. So that is it. That is why Wike is telling us that people of Nigeria, especially Sultanate, know who you are putting your hand supporting. That you are supporting your death or your pains or your sorrow when you support this kind of person. A person was able to force president who is working under to drive your own brother from office and force that one to kneel down and beg so that he might even give him a space. That means if that one did not beg, he will have not let him continue. So he will have do overthrow to make sure the country remain in their hands. Thank God today that the country did not remain in their hands, and it will never remain in their hands the way it used to be. So it is awareness for us. So for that, I thank Wike. For the River State, whether it's the president or governor, whatever they want to support, everyone has a choice to support who he wish. Whether it is a Michi candidate or their own candidate or whatever candidate they wish to support, it is their choice. So it is not because this man is telling them to support this one or not to support this one. Those one have a choice to say, because of this thing that this person did, we will support him. Because of this thing that this person did, we will not support him. So that is for that one. Then for the rest of us, Brother Alex, you make one reference to Obasanjo when a boy from Bayelsa asked him to tell NPC to give them their father's land. And you said Obasanjo pulled his trouser out and said that boy should come and see Biafra soldiers shot him. I please don't use that as a good example to us or to people, because it's bad as replication that Obasanjo displayed there. So that is the reason, because he was shot by Biafra soldier, he has to come and collect another person's father property and give to his company to make use of. because that was never a good reference. Because many people that their father died in the Nigeria war between Biafra, what was their compensations? So did Obasanjo go and compensate all of them because their father died? They lost their parents in it, or he would have been happy that that boy parents died in Nigeria soldiers or Biafra soldiers, so that the whole property can be taken. So that is not a good reference to say he shares his blood for the country. If he shares his blood for the country, we'll have able to say, okay, because of this thing you do, you said that I will make things work for you. I will make NNPC to know that this property they are consuming is your father's own. But instead of that, he drive that boy away to join NNPC to collect the boy's father property. So it was not a good advice, and I did not urge anyone to use such thing to correct, to use a sample or replication of things, good things. So that is for it. Thank everyone. What I have to say that next month is election day. Please, there is a video I watched as they was sent to me in a group that the rest they are sharing in this December. PDP logo is there. Peter Obi was what they put. And they are sharing that this right now in the North. What does that mean? They are telling the North that Peter Obi is PDP. So it's the one giving them rights for them to vote in their own, in his own party, which is PDP. So it is, I will make this advice to reach any Labour Party, the leaders especially, to take all this message now to the North, to go and tell them PDP is no longer PDP. And those rights they are sharing is not it's not Peter Obi, it's not from them. That this is Peter Obi. They need to enter the streets, the major places and every from now on, so that people will know and be aware that Peter Obi is no longer in PDP, because they still post it in December that Peter Obi and Atiku, they were not using that one to campaign. One outside boy we are not saying Peter Obi need to come to the North to come and tell them that he's no longer in that party. So they were using all those things to convince their own people. With all those things, many of them will believe that Peter Obi is still PDP or is just running for Atiku, all those kind of things. Please, it is due for Labour Party to go to the North and blow away those rumors that Peter Obi is no longer, because those things are rumors or bad image replacing Peter Obi, representing Peter Obi. Please, the Labour Party should do that for us now before it's too late. Thank you, and God bless everyone.
All right, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you. I would like us to move on now to the next person here. For the in terms of the logo that you're talking about, yes, I've seen it. I've seen it. I don't really know what we can do about it rather than talking about it the way you're doing right now. And I believe that if we continue to share this, we get to the Labour Party so that they can make a speech about it. Because if not, it's going to affect them in that particular region. Okay. Thank you very much, my people. I would like us to hear from Mr. CM. Mr. CM, please talk to us. Good evening to you, sir.
Good evening, Niger Watch. I'm coming clear, I believe.
Thank you. We can hear you. Go ahead, sir.
Am I coming out clear?
Yes, you're good. You're good.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everybody. Once again, Happy New Year. Welcome back to Yobala. Quite an age anyway. So I thank everybody. I wish everybody the best for the 2023. Yes, it's like with Wike's revelation, obedient are gaining mileage by the day. You see, I think I'm really happy with what Wike is doing, because that is part of creating the awareness so that people will know the mess that they've been and who are responsible for their problem. Atiku, to me, probably that's why God has been denying him. He doesn't have good intention. To me, that man, he has a very dark heart. From what Wike has revealed and is not saying anything, all he's interested is to come and make business with Nigeria and then emphasize the Fulani supremacy, which we've all known through Wike's revelation that chap does not mean well for Nigeria, irrespective of whatever they're doing. He's just coming to consolidate on Fulani oligarchy. But thank God for the emergence of P2B. It's not going to happen. However, what we need to do, or like, I mean, sorry, I think the who spoke before, man of prestige. Yes, he said he been in Nigeria. I mean, he was in Nigeria and then toured a couple of places, different regions, and then made his own assessment. Yeah, that is it. But he must know that every day. I mean, I'm trying to say that we are happy with that. Every day, Obi is gaining mileage because the more people are seeing the hypocrisy of this APC and PDP, the more they are gravitating towards the Labour Party and P2B, and that is a welcome development. I say this because I think I read somewhere that people are now asking if Obi should come in, will he have the courage to implement what exactly the people want? And somebody said yes, that such a man who don't talk so much and who has been a good, has had a pedigree of performing. Imagine shepherding the state like Anambra State, with all the buffet in they gave him left, right, and center, that he won't fail. And I also believe so, he won't fail. Obi is our hope. The continue the existence of Nigeria after May, this year, and from this year onwards, depends on electing Obi, because every other person will be a disaster. With the level of poverty and impoverishment that is in Nigeria, the inflation that is, nothing to write home about. Somebody told me that they flew from Warri to Abuja because they are coming back to abroad. Warri to Abuja is more than 100,000. Can you imagine such? What somebody has to pay for a family of 3 or 4, about what a return or so. So you can imagine the level of hardship people are facing is enough to make them realize. I do not subscribe wholly to the fact that people might not be able to identify the obedient logo or Labour Party. I don't think so. What will happen is, as time goes on, because part of the awareness is for them to know that they are not going to vote PDP and they are not going to vote APC. So the two logos is out of the question. All that it requires is for them now to say, okay, look, this is not the way to go. And I'm happy people are responding. Not quite a hate from observation and the information, because I'm always in touch with our grassroots back home. They are saying that do not to provoke them into that for is let the day come, just make allow things to be fair and fair. They are willing to vote. Somebody told me if it's possible, vote P2B if it's possible, because they want as much as possible to push so that the job of reform could start. So I keep saying, I don't know why this year I'm becoming quite happy. Obedient, there is nothing that can stop me unless INEC decide to collude with other parties and then rig the election to rig Obi out. Otherwise, there is no magic in the political books that will return APC to power. I'm still saying it. The fact that people express that in the north Obi might not be popular, it is not. It is even there that they need them. So somebody I read somewhere said it took only Obi to come and discover the treasure that is hidden in the northern part of the country, which is their fertile land. None of their leaders has ever said it, ever, except for the fact that Obi is telling them that agriculture will be back to the north and agricultural processing for export. Say nobody has ever told them this since they've been doing. So Obi was telling them this is what should be done. That you do not have to look for oil. You stay in your place, do the agriculture the modern way, process it, and then export it and have your own dollar flowing into you. Is possible. That's what he's promising, and that is what he's going to do. So the fact that he's telling them that this is what opportunity that exists in your area is enough for them to inspire. Is enough for him to inspire confidence in them. And again, I remember the VP, Yusuf Dati Ahmed. He said, when an Igbo man tells you there's a business opportunity here, better follow him because they know the way. He knows Obi knows the business. So everything is really, even the narrative is clicking in his favor. I mean, in Labour Party's favor and the Obi Dati. So I have no doubt. I have no fear. I'm not entertaining any sort of double mind that Obi will be elected. And now with the yesterday's letter from Obasanjo endorsing him openly in black and white, that goes on to show that there is nothing more to hide. Obasanjo has made his choice, and he was quite logical and reasonable in comparing the probably three of them, or the front runners, they say, and then coming out with Obi and the qualities he said Obi possessed that made him to come to you know to be the one he's going to support. I read also somewhere that Ayo Adebanjo was telling people, he said, look, he's not tribal, he's not talking about tribal sentiment, that if he's tribal, he would have supported Tinubu because Tinubu is Yoruba like him, or maybe urged Oshibajo to, who is also Ijebu like him, in those days. He said, but this is a case of equity, justice, and fair play. And above all, Obi has proven that he is a good performer. But from the look of things, I've always dissected Nigerian problem to be the part of, apart from people saying leadership, I believe it's not just mere leadership, but thieving leadership. People steal the resources of the country. That's what makes Nigeria to be poor. You can't pay ASU, you can't provide, you can't even maintain the existing infrastructure, you can't even build new ones, you can't maintain anything. No social services in terms of healthcare, and then maybe paying pension and all these things, because the money is being stolen. So how then do you think it will look like when you have a leader in Aso Rock who is not interested in stealing your cover, for the God's sake? He's not interested in removing. Rather, he will be telling you that we don't need to borrow money. Rather, let us close this, let us plug this hole, plug this hole, plug the other hole, and we are looking for weakness. So that's why I'm always urging people that they should go. In fact, if the best time to be a student might really be the best time to be an undergraduate or about to be. If you're facing, you are sure that probably for because he's not going to mess. He will sit them down and say, what do you need to make sure that nobody, nothing like strike, is so that normal life can plan. Those people
Mr.
that are
CM,
with the
your
university,
network is not
maybe some
stable.
small
Your
scale
network is
business,
not stable.
do around villagers
Mr.
in.
CM, your network is not
Oh,
stable at all.
my work. Oh God, how long
Oh, for
are
the
you?
past,
Am I okay? Am I okay
Mr.
now? Oh no.
No, it's still not good. For the
Oh
past
gosh.
almost
Worries.
6 months now, you'll be having network issue. You must work on this, sir. You have to. You live in UK. This is not good at all.
I'm not hearing. Hey, so I've been
Okay, let us come back to you.
I,
Let us come back to you. Let us come back
I've
to you.
been. It's true. I've been. And, okay, let me yield. Sorry, let me yield the floor so that somebody else will, so that I do not stand. Otherwise, there is no point.
All right, better. Thank you very much, my people. We have a caller right here. Let me quickly pick this call before I move on to the next person. Mr. Sarati, thanks for calling us. Please talk to us in 2 minutes. Good evening to you.
Again to you.
Happy New Year to you, sir. Talk to us.
Like the issue of but I've been thinking about a lot of things, seeing Okoa and others always talking about Peter. I'm really happy because before I would have been complaining, but I'm happy because they are talking about him, talking about Labour Party. Meaning, it's because Peter Obi, they have started seeing him. So you see that when Peter Obi is talking, I talk about it, but their own focus this time is about Peter Obi and Labour Party because now they are all those things that they are doing is fear. That's making them to do those things, talk, always make reference to him or Labour Party. Who knows Labour Party before? Nobody. But the changes have started, the wind of change has started blowing. So they have seen the changes is affecting them. All those things is to undermine people, to make people to feel that to put fear on people, or to, since those vote buy or those trick of your vote will not count, is not working anymore. They are bringing the fear of maybe it's not going to win, it's not going to do that, to make people to lose hope and all those things. So it's mind and psychological game they are not playing in those aspects. So it's all about every obedient has to know this and just ignore them and keep moving. The more they say, maybe I'm happy, the more they do something to undermine the movement or to make people to lose courage or confidence, that's when the people do more. I'm even happy that they are doing those things so that it's just like when Obaseki said that they are going to run out of steam. They even provoke them more to do more. That instead of them to relax, they are making the people to do more.
Thank you, sir.
That's why I'm happy about all those things.
Thank you so much, Mr. Saratin. Thank you. God bless you, sir. Thank you. All right. I would like us to quickly move on to the next person right now, which is NCBD. Good evening to you, sir. Happy New Year to you. Please talk to us.
Yes, good evening, Mr. Niger Watch. Happy New Year, everybody.
Thank you, sir.
And my friend, Mr. Tiubala, welcome back. Then, the issue of Wike, I think let me just speak on Wike. Well, it's a good thing that is bold enough to, to face these people. So that's something that a lot of politicians don't have. And but at the same time, he said something there. Somebody was accusing him about ruining the chance of the Southeast and all that. But you see, he has a chance now to make things right. We're supporting Peter Obi very well. Then, if not threatening, we are not like pressurizing him or threatening him, but for his own reputation, especially in the East or even the same River State, I think it's expedient is for him to kind of do the right thing and not be afraid of declaring his support. I don't know what it is that someone like APC candidates can do for him. So, well, let's give him the time until they finally announce officially who they are supporting. But so far, we are not going to reject any support from these people towards Peter Obi. We need all the support we can get. Obasanjo is a very important figure in Nigeria as regards to, standing for, these are the people that are standing for one Nigeria, is among the custodians of the unity and all that of Nigeria. So it's we appreciate that he's able to to endorse Peter Obi. Is one vote, but at the same time, his influence is very important. His influence on people. There's a lot of people. There are people that will vote for Peter Obi just because Obasanjo is on his side, because they understand that Obasanjo is a pro one Nigeria, unity of Nigeria, and all that. And that alone is important. And also the structures you're talking about. You have someone like Obasanjo. You know that uh, Peter Obi will not be seen as someone with no kind of political structure in terms of knowing people that that might want to rig. Even if that's the only thing Obasanjo has done, some people that might want to, work against Peter Obi might now retrace their step or slow it down or not even do it at all. So that's also one of the importance of an endorsement from someone like Obasanjo. And if it's nothing, I'm telling you, these APC guys and the PDP will not be crying the way they are crying because they are getting into the desperate phase of the election, of the preparation for the election because it's close. Now you can see their all their allies, they will need all their allies to start doing what they have agreed. Now, you can even see clearly how Arise now have come out of the shell a bit and now almost glaringly declaring, showing that they are on the side of PDP and for Atiku. I was listening to that program and the lady, I think Ola, I don't know if it was a mistake or so, and when she wanted to talk about the PDP presidential candidate, she said, the president in waiting. And you see, when someone makes that kind of a statement, you understand that she has just, she's not that experienced in the, so she was not able to hide that one. And I'm shocked why they did not even cut it out. Although it was a live, the morning show, their morning show program is usually live. So they have been more clever in terms of, hiding it. And also, to be honest, during their interviews, they try to ask fair questions, no matter who they're interviewing. But during the other programs, you see them, uh, you know, saying pro article things and all that. Then these other ones, obviously, um, APC, the candidates, he has his own newspaper, he has his own TV station. So I'm pointing out the media because we need to, I'm sure we already know how important or the role that the media plays in projecting these people because they are the ones who create the narrative. They are the ones that tell you what they think you should care about. So that's what you need to understand. That's how you know how important the role of the media is. So they tell a lot of people in Nigeria, especially the older ones, are all still getting their news from the mainstream. Not so many, but especially the older demographic, and that's why you see some of these guys when they have some money, they want to just invest in media. They know what they are doing because you use it to create the narrative, the news, and what people perceive and how people should even think. But that is why people it's good for everyone to, find things out by themselves, do their own research, and know exactly what is going on, and not depend on these guys. Then, like what you're doing here, Mr. Niger Watch, it's obvious that you are at the forefront of this Peter Obi campaigns, online campaign.
Thank you, sir.
Others, it doesn't mean that others are not doing, but I've not seen anyone that comes on as consistent and regular every day, several times a day, 2, 3 times a day. You're online doing this. We are not taking it for granted, and we really appreciate what you're doing for the movement and for the campaign. Yeah, so we appreciate. Finally, I'll just say that with Atiku, um, people keep saying that Wike should apologize for saying that, but unfortunately, Obasanjo himself has not come out to say, Wike, why did you lie? And they're just telling us that Wike said something that is not true and all that. Obasanjo have not told us anything. Some other media people or let's say politicians of experience have not come out to debunk. We're only hearing that PDP is demanding that Wike apologize. So it shows that there is maybe even if it didn't happen exactly the way he said, there's something there, you know. And I think now that we're approaching the election, we are seeing the game plan and we are seeing the character more for those that didn't know, but some of us already knew from the beginning. But for those that didn't know, I'm sure now they are seeing more and more of the kind of person that the candidate for PDP is. And I believe that Peter Obi will win. I will just end by saying that I believe Peter Obi will win. The only thing now is that we have to pray and also watch carefully, not to be, to avoid any kind of violence or people being attacked. You have to move. You have to watch the kind of people you expose yourself to. Be
Mm-hmm.
careful the company you keep and all that, because there are some people that out of frustration, if they look left and right and nobody is saying, they might want to do one or two things that they are not supposed to do against you. So just be careful the kind of people you surround yourself with. Even now that they are saying don't lose your friends, if you notice that your friend is a hardcore, supporter or member of the other group, you should watch your back and just be careful. Yeah. So let me
Okay.
stop now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Isimbede. Thanks. I will thank you as well for all your effort, your support, your encouragement throughout 2022 till now. So it's a collective effort for us to find ourselves here. And by the special grace of God, we all will come back here again to celebrate after the victory of our principal, Mr. Peter Obi.
Amen.
Thank you, sir. Okay. Before I move on to others here, Labour Party responded. They have applauded Olusegun Obasanjo, for endorsing Mr. Peter Obi. I would like us to quickly take it through together. As you all can see right there, you can see LP Labour Party his Obasanjo over Obi endorsement. APC cakes. Yes, we've talked about that already, but let's quickly take this because this acknowledgement means a lot. It just let's take this together, my people. That's what I put on the screen right now. The leadership of the Labour Party has saluted the courage of former President Olusegun Obasanjo for publicly endorsing its presidential candidate, Mr. Peter Obi, describing it as a worthy New Year's gift. Obasanjo had, in the said message personally signed by his spokesperson, Kehinde Akinyemi, stated that the former Anambra State governor had an edge in the February 25th poll. Hours after his endorsement, the All Progressive Congress Presidential Campaign Council berated the ex-president, describing him as paperweight politician. Why would I not call him paperweight politician? When you guys went to see him for endorsement, you didn't call him paperweight politician. Anyway, let's move on. A statement signed by the Director of Media and Publicity for the PCC, Bayo Onanuga, said that Obasanjo does not have the leverage to make anyone win, neither a presidential, not consulship election in the country. Okay, we have, let's just quickly move on. But in a phone chat with the Punch, the National Secretary of the Labour Party, Umar Farouk, hailed the former president, who he called a peace advocate and a nation builder. Farouk described his open endorsement for the LP candidate as worthy New Year's gift for both the party and its presidential candidate. He said, unquote, "We are very excited. It is one of the greatest gifts that the Labour Party and our presidential candidate will ever have. Expectedly, President Obasanjo is someone who is known to be an advocate of peace and a nation builder. He has indeed proven to the world and the international community that our presidential candidate is one of the best." Okay, just trying to carry everybody along. That's what I'm putting on the screen. Okay, hold on, let me take this off screen. Okay, yeah. Now, therefore, I think Obasanjo's endorsement is a step in the right direction. Beyond that, the castigation of his former vice president that he is not trustworthy indicated that Nigerians should follow Obasanjo's recommendation by supporting our candidate. It has been proven that none of the people contesting against Obi can really deliver Nigeria. Is it Tinubu or Atiku? Question. We have seen what they can do. Unquote. Tinubu is a leader of APC and we know 70% of Buhari's cabinet is from Tinubu. What has he done for the betterment of Nigerians? Atiku, too, as VP, has been virtually in charge of Obasanjo's administration and sales of Nigerian assets for 8 years. That's the only thing he can talk about after all this fraudulent, says
of the country's asset, but Nigerians know better. We pray that this New Year's gift by Obasanjo is something we are very happy with, and we would like other statesmen to emulate him by endorsing Peter Obi to change the government for the betterment of Nigerians. In a related development, the chief spokesperson for Tinubu Shettima Presidential Campaign Council, Festus Keyamo, has tweeted via his Twitter handle that the open show of support for the former Anambra State governor can't have any effect on his principle, while stating that it is within Obasanjo's right to endorse anybody. Keyamo also believed that his action has inadvertently put the opposition People's Democratic Party in a bad light. He tweeted, "Quite within Obasanjo's right to endorse for anyone but bad for PDP in two ways. One, Atiku former boss does not think he deserves to be president this time around. Two, the little support OBJ gave PDP in 2019 and they failed. He has taken that to LP. No effect at all on Bola Tinubu." So that's what we have right there from Punch. I thought I should bring this in so that we can cement it with what we'll be talking about since. I appreciate you all, my people. Please continue to share. We are still here. We have a couple of people that have not contributed at all. And also remember, we're going to give a minute roundup for everyone here. So be worthy of sharing and also like this broadcast. God bless you all. The dollar sign is right there. Encourage us to do more for you by buying us some water. God bless you all.